Hello everyone and welcome back to ZeldaSpeedRuns. We've got another match in the Twilight Princess any percent tournament today in Wolfdash 3. We've got losers bracket round 2, D3lighted versus kmkeaton. Should be an absolutely awesome match. We've got on commentary Crosser19 and JDLM. How are you two doing? Oh, I may have forgotten to unmute you there. Sorry about that. There you go. Now you're live. Sorry. Forgot to change one tiny thing in my thing. Also, we've got a cropping issue. Sorry about that, folks. We'll get that fixed as soon as possible. But yeah, you two are live now. Sorry about that.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, should we do it one more time?
Yeah, we should go one more time.
Okay, hello there.
General Kenobi. There we go.
Hey, there
now
we go.
Everyone
Good,
knows
good.
what we said. We got to bring the prequel memes into this stream. We're doing Zelda Star Wars edition.
Not really sure why the cropping messed up so much today. Normally it's supposed to keep the cropping consistent between new streams, but hey, it wouldn't be an online production without some tech issues, right everyone?
Alright, I guess I'll talk a bit about who we've got here today. So I'm fairly good friends with both of these runners. We got D3lighted, who is a current sub-3 runner contender, and has been trying to push for sub-3 attempts. He's 7 seconds off right now. And we got Keatons, who is a relatively new runner to the community. However, he knows a lot and is improving very quickly, and he's not a first-time speedrunner. So he could PB on this race and shock a lot of people, and it could be a big PB. Oh, whoops! I need to go over to the other thing where I can actually see them live, right?
All right, looks like we're getting started here. For those who are not familiar quite yet too much with Twilight Princess any percent, it starts with picking up a rock, and this rock is going to break the game.
Along with an RNG gate that runners often get tilted over.
Yes, absolutely. It's our favorite gate.
Absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they both doing the same route? So Keaton is doing the optimal any percent route right now. My guess is Chris is going to be doing Gorge Zora armor. That's typically what he's been going for in races. So Chris already through the gate. He's going to do consistent bit. And for anyone who hasn't watched a TP, they are both about to do a glitch called Back in Time. So what this glitch does is in Twilight Princess, for some reason, if we reset on the exact same frame we void, it puts us into the title screen file. And the title screen file has a file for this game. It's not just an animation. And this title screen file has a lot of special properties to it. It sets certain flags for us, and it gives us the sword and shield early, allowing us to skip a bunch of things. So, yeah, we void, then save the file, and just reload. And, yeah.
Looks like they're still not too far apart from each other. Sometimes the beginning of the run can separate some people during races because maybe somebody misses back in time. It looks like they're close, and D3 is now just getting the lantern.
Yeah, Keaton's got messed over by gate RNG a little bit. And
That is why we love the gate.
Exactly. It's our favorite part of the run. And for anyone who wondered what we meant by gate RNG, so what they do is once you clip into the gate, as we saw them do, you can bonk yourself against it and the recoil can knock you out. But however, the way the gate recoils is entirely RNG.
How many animations was it for the gate that they put in? Like 18 or something?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. There's like 23 door opening animations too or something like that. Like, this game has so many animations compared to other Zelda games, it's ridiculous.
22, I see. Thank you. And that is a ridiculous amount of detail to put into a small thing like that.
I wouldn't know accurately, but I'm pretty sure this game has the most animations in general, just for things Link can interact with. Most animations in general, if someone knows it. I have a feeling it'd have to be Breath of the Wild, but I could be wrong. So, pretty much what we're doing now is we're just progressing through the game as normally. We're going to save Tallow, and this region that the runners are in right now, this actually separates a lot of the top tier runners from a lot of the new runners. This area lags a lot, and it's hard to time frame perfect rolls. And in TP, unlike other Zelda games, once you start rolling, you hit your max speed, and then after that you have to get as close to frame perfect as you possibly can to maintain your speed. Otherwise, it's a steep fall off.
Ooh, I've never seen anybody roll around that way to get to the gate.
I used to do what Keaton just did when I first started, but then I watched a lot of runs like yours actually, and a lot of the other top runners, and I was like, oh, I should go the other way.
I wonder if he's doing that to maybe avoid lag.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. That could be the reason. If it is, I'd like to see that timed out, if that saves time.
Should still be faster to go the way that people usually do, but that is interesting.
How much time in a run this long? Can frame perfect rolls at the 3-minute mark really save? To be honest, there's people who have sub 3s that didn't mess up a single trick or really have any problems, and then there's Nimzo's run where he had a 4-bomb Morpheal who just got world record the other day. 4-bomb Morpheal, lost reset a Shadow Beast, and there's one other thing. Oh, he had a slow 9-cycle Zelda, and all of that, but just because of how quickly he moves, he still got a 253.
Yeah, movement makes a big difference in this game. Rolling is probably more precise in this game than it is in any other 3D Zelda speedrun, just because if you're not doing frame-perfect rolls, you're already losing speed. So maintaining that is a very important thing.
Yeah, like I just learned yesterday, and goats are not being friendly to Chris here. But yeah, so I just learned the other day in like Wind Waker, the rolls are like you have a base speed of 26, and usually if you get a slow roll, it goes down to 23 for 1 frame, and then it goes immediately back to 26. Oh, Keaton's got all the goats turning there.
That looked kind of cool, actually.
Oh, the one just not going in.
The one.
Oh,
And it went past. Yeah, that's the worst thing ever, when they're right next to the door, and because it's so close, it just runs past it. That's extremely frustrating. This is Howard right here. Howard.
I actually don't know how... Did that name originate from Jim? Because I know he's just got the point reward in his chat.
It originated from Midna. She says it.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody probably took that and slapped it onto a goat.
So now the runners are grabbing back in time. Sorry, not back. They're grabbing iron boots because of back in time. So the requirement for getting the iron boots from Bo is actually to have the opponent tamed flag set. And when we do back in time, it actually sets that flag as active, so the runners can just go straight to grab the iron boots. Whereas if you watch any % no save and quit, which I've been doing recently, you have to actually attain Epona before you can go get the iron boots. So it happens an hour into the run versus 7 minutes.
Decent first round bow for D3. D3 and Chris are the same thing, by the way, just in case anyone's confused by that.
So this fight is pretty much rock, paper, scissors. It's the biggest segment of RNG, and Chris getting a really good bow. The fastest way you can, in theory, do this is to slap bow and then mash A,
weeks ago. My
Okay, we're back
stream-
live. Sorry about that, folks. I'm not sure what happened there. OBS just stopped streaming and wouldn't let me reconnect. Sorry about that, folks. That wasn't Twitch. Don't worry, the runners are spicing. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. OBS just disconnected and then just didn't let me reconnect. You know, sometimes that happens. But we're back. Back to the comms.
That's crazy.
So Keaton's got through Bow at roughly end of 9 minutes, and D3 is on to Castle.
And we saw the runners make a save file right after Bow, and that's going to be useful later for a trick called Back in Time Equipped. Otherwise known as Early Monkeys. Not too much to say about this castle segment D3 is going through. He's just going to be doing some wolf movement to get through as fast as possible.
Yeah, this game is pretty much... I refer to it as auto-scroller, you know what I mean? When you're just playing the game the way it's intended to be. But... this part's pretty pedestrian. Most runners are literally able to play right to their gold for this part. The difference between most runners' gold and their PB is usually how many one-frame jumps they get. Keaton didn't save the 3 frames. It's okay, he's gonna hit those clockwise spin attacks for us to save frames later. You're gonna often hear us talk about frames and lag reduction in this game just because there's so many techniques to reduce lag in TP that, and it adds up over time. It saves seconds if you do all of them.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in desert.
Oh yeah, I remember when I first started running and I didn't use the camera there. Oh my god. Wonder how Hugo is going to be today. I mean, I've been telling all the runners, if you tell Hugo he's looking good, he's been working out, and you give him a big kiss, he's usually nice to you. So, if they do that, I'm telling you, he's normally going to be a nice man to you. Same thing with Morpheal. Kiss a Hugo, exactly.
Yep, there it is.
Nice one frame from Chris. Can he get the midnight tech skip? Let's see.
Let's see. Nice.
Hey.
There's going to be one more one frame jump here that D3 will go for.
Oh, that would explain why my headphone volume turned itself down so much. I was like, is Chris's stream muted? And Chris is on a pretty good pace here. He's 40 seconds ahead of his PB already for this. Oh, right. That's because his PB for this category is when he played Audi and he died to bit. Oh, okay, I remember that. So for anyone, again, not familiar with the run, meet Hugo, as we all refer to him. So Hugo's purpose is to be our first introduction to the glitch that pretty much is the entire game, called a long jump attack. So in Twilight Princess, they for some reason coded it that when Link's targeting something, he'll jump whatever distance he needs to get to reach that. And when we get to the boomerang, we'll probably explain a bit more about that. But here, essentially, Chris is gonna line Hugo up right in between this edge of this trigger and this dot on the ground. He's then going to jump attack Hugo at the right time to put him in the air, and he's gonna time that with. Oh, and unfortunately, he doesn't get it there.
He was probably trying to back hop and accidentally attacked instead.
And this is where TP races get interesting, because that now gives Keaton's about 40 seconds to catch up again. But to Hugo, he essentially, you're going to jump, attack, and put him up in the air. And then if you time another jump attack right, this glitch called long jump attack is going to activate. And it's just going to give Link a ridiculous amount of distance and speed. And he's going to jump over the trigger into the other trigger there to enter Pharaon. And this allows him to skip the sword and shield, which we got from doing back in time earlier.
Yep, that basically sums it up. Knock him into the air at the right position and angle, jump over the trigger, hit the right trigger, and then you can keep going.
This is TP's version, I guess, of MSS. This is the trick a lot of people struggle to learn to start. And Chris getting the second try, nice.
Nice, nice. Keaton's following closely behind. See if he gets it.
If Keaton's gets this first try, that's going to be... I really hope he does. Keep up the close race here.
Got this. Makes me nervous just watching. Oh, he hit the trigger by accident there, but that's okay. He didn't hit Hugo, so Hugo still has the health he needs to make this work. It's gonna reset it up again.
This is Keaton's part of the run he doesn't feel too comfortable with yet, I know from talking to him. His late game is actually crazy so far. Like, for someone who's only been running for a few weeks, his late game is really good. On the other side, we're just going to see Chris is just going to play through the game pretty much normally up until, for a period of time. He's just not going to grab the vessel here because we don't actually need to get it, since we can just leave Pharaon later. Which, for anyone who likes to watch the credits, it ends up making the credits a bit funny. Oh, I don't think, yeah. I don't think
from really far back.
Yeah, that too. I don't know if he timed it right. I find you have to jump. I don't know if you find this. When Hugo raises his elbow back before he swings, right when his elbow hits the back point, that's when I find you need to back up.
Hmm.
I do a weird setup. I do it the way Dean does it. Me and Dean both just kind of go for like an instant jump, like a very small slide that we refer to as instant jump. It just
I don't even watch Hugo very much when I do the jump. I guess I'm just kind of used to when you jump for what situation.
No, exactly. I feel the same after a certain period of time. It just becomes muscle memory for when you time stuff, right? It's like I put more focus, I guess, onto where Wolflink's position is than paying attention to where Hugo is to adjust. Just because I find if I put Link in the right position, it just makes it the same trick every time.
Yeah, I think what happened last time for Keaton's attempt was he was too far back, and the second jump attack probably should have been delayed a little bit more to allow Link to slide a bit, but even then it might have been too far back anyways.
Chris, on the other side, is going for EMS now, so what he's going to do is he's going to lure this Shadow Beast over to the side here and use a Midna Charge attack. First try, let's go. So he uses a Midna Charge attack, and the Shadow Beast... This is again to do with like targeting in TP. The Shadow Beast, when he raises his arm back slowly like that and he puts it behind his head, for some reason the target that Link is targeting becomes the Shadow Beast's hand. So because it's up behind him, Link is aiming upwards, which allows him to charge attack, jump up, and land on the ledge, which for some reason has collision on it. And in HD, we also believe it has collision. However, they stuck an invisible wall there to prevent us from finding out.
Alright, Keaton going for the third attempt.
You got this, Keaton. I believe in you. Just give Hugo a kiss.
Tell him he's been working out.
He's looking buff.
Ask him how much he benches.
You know Hugo benches a lot. This guy, look at that, man. Hugo is... I aspire to look like Hugo. Look at that, man.
Probably benches plates on plates.
Hey! There we go.
I knew it was going to work right when he did it.
Yeah.
Good job.
He kissed him this time.
Yes. You can't forget to do the kiss.
If you give him a kiss, you get to go through. That's how it is. He's just he gives you what you give him. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, for sure, for sure. He's a fair guy. And you know, third time's the charm. Now we're gonna see Keaton head up to do EMS, Early Master Sword. Chris on his way to get the Master Sword. During the Skull Kid fight, which is coming up here, basically how it works is you have to hit him 3 times, and you can only hit him while he's blowing his horn to summon the puppets. And that he doesn't ever blow his horn until at least one puppet has been killed. And once you've killed one, then an invisible timer starts, basically to the point where he starts blowing the horn to summon more. And you want to hit him during that time. It's also a good time to grab rupees.
Yeah, runners with really good movement here will make use of these skulls around the arena properly.
True.
To maximize their rupee count, which with the rupee reroute that what I found out recently, the rupee reroute that was found by Adam a while ago that got noticed when Zach started doing it, it makes it a lot more important for runners to find those rupees in this area so they can save those 5 seconds in HE. And this part of the run typically just gives us a lot of time to just talk generally about the game, because as we all saw, Chris is just doing what the game intends for the most part. That's a lot of the early part of early game, I would say. If you'd agree with that, JD.
Repeat that.
I'd say he's just doing kind of the pedestrian parts of the game, but there's a couple tricks here and there. It's once we get past this Master Sword split where we just start to break the game wide open.
Oh, for sure. Things get mixed up and jumbled quite a lot for this point of the game after Master Sword, up until about Lakebed where you defeat Morpheal. Things are just kind of all over the place, but it's all to set up for a more linear late game.
Which the late game is the reason we all play TP. That is the fun part, but you can't have fun in the late game unless you get good at the early game. Keaton's unfortunately get missing first try there.
Keaton can keep trying over and over again as long as he doesn't accidentally kill all 3 Shadow Beasts. At that point, the run is actually over.
How long is this run typically? I'd say average of the leaderboard as a whole, probably around 3 hours 20 minutes to 3 hours 30 minutes. Fastest time right now is a 2:53. Usually there's like 20 people that I believe, no 19, right? Including yourself that have sub 3?
Let me count. Let me see.
Jamal is not being nice to Keatons right now.
18 people have sub 3.
18 people?
At least that are on the leaderboard.
Oh, so close. Jamal and not being nice to Keatons today.
I just keep getting nervous that he's going to accidentally kill all 3.
Yeah, that's me too.
That's terrifying.
I hate it when that happens. It makes you feel so... Hey, there we go.
Hey.
It makes you feel so weird when you get it too, because you're just like, now I gotta play the first 20 minutes all over again, and it's like, it's just such a simple mistake to avoid, but like, it's just, we've all made it.
Mhm.
So now Chris has the Master Sword, and this is where things start to get crazy. So because we have the Master Sword, we're now able to be Link in the Twilight Zones as well, because unlike in how the game is set up in Palace, being in the Twilight Zone doesn't force Link to actually be a human. And the developers programmed this obviously this way because they don't expect you to be able to get the Master Sword until after you've beaten Link Pit, when all the Twilight segments have been cleared. So, with the ability to transform, this is why he doesn't need to clear Pharaon, and he's just going to run straight to the Forest Temple now to try and get the Boomerang, which is the Boomerang is the second biggest time-saving item in TP next to the Master Sword. And thankfully Chris doesn't need to go around again as a wolf. Because of the lantern, he can just roll through the purple mist and use the lantern like the game would normally have you do when you're coming to clear the Forest Temple for the first time.
He's definitely doing a lot of swings here to be safe, because if you do it wrong and use the wrong movement, you can accidentally void out there and have to start over.
Better safe than sorry in the race.
Mm-hmm.
You can get through it with 2 swings, but it requires good movement. It's 2 rolls, 4 steps, and a swing, and then another set of that, and then you can just roll straight to the end. But if you a little too late on anything, you'll just void before right at the edge of the purple mist. And I don't really know if it's a coin flip or not. It sure feels like it, whether or not it will spawn you on that side or back at the other side again.
Yeah, probably definitely depends on positioning.
Alright, on the Wii or the GameCube? They're both running the GameCube version. I believe they're both playing on a Wii, though. Not many runners play on actual GameCubes. I myself personally do.
I know just a few runners who have. Don't know if they still do.
Yeah, my Wii's disc tray was broken when I started playing this game. And so I had my GameCube still and bought the adapter for it. Chris is doing a glitch here called Back in Time Equipped. So he's using the same properties that we used earlier with Back in Time, except this time he's going to load a file. And what that's going to do is it's going to load the contents of his save file into the game, but because he loads the file while voiding, it takes him into the King Bulbin fight. And if he skips the cutscene before the fight itself starts while resetting, he then activates a glitch called Early Boss Flags when he loads his file next time. And we'll see what that lets us do in a few seconds here.
And even though Keaton's a decent bit behind, he's definitely piling up on rupees likely more than D3 is, as you can see.
Yeah, he's definitely, thanks to him doing the Hugo rupee routing, that
Oh, missed the spider with the throw.
Unfortunately, let's hope Nancy's nice to him. She's gonna face the other direction entirely.
Nice skip. Since we don't have the slingshot here, you're gonna have to actually rely on those rocks to throw at the spiders, and throwing it at the spiders is actually a little bit precise.
But yeah, Keaton's Hugo rupees that he got are definitely gonna. He's probably gonna be able to go for rupee reroute clean here.
Yeah, especially if he goes for the other rupees, like the one in the hotel and stuff.
Yeah, I actually remember when I first saw the rupee reroute, I was like, wow, this is easy for me, because I've always grabbed the hotel rupee. I was just too lazy to think about counting rupees, so I'd always grab that, and I'd often wondered, I was like, what if I could skip that chest in AG? Just, I didn't know where 2 blue rupee skulls were, I only knew the one, and then when I saw Zach's video on it, I was like, oh, hey, I can actually finally make that not lose me time. Chris now fighting Ook. Nice. So, because I know we forgot to explain, the reason he was able to go straight to Ook here after that cutscene where Ook breaks the bridge, that's what early boss flags does. It gives us it sets a flag later in the game where the game thinks that we've completed. I don't exactly know how far into the game it thinks we've completed, but essentially it gives us 4 monkeys and allows us to just go straight to Ook. And later on, it allows us to not have to come through the correct door for the Deku Toad room, to just look straight up and start fighting him.
Yeah, and that allows you to get the claw shot without bombs.
And that also allows you to. That also is the reason you're allowed to skip getting Zora armor in the game. If we didn't have early boss flags, you'd actually have to get Zora armor in order to do pot clip. It's funny being able to piece this stuff together now, because like I didn't know all these flags until I just started running any no save and quit. Because it really makes you realize how like all these small glitches that we do that seem small, they're actually doing a lot at once.
Now, because we have not either completed Fair and Twilight or the Forest Temple, Chris is going to have to skip a minute trigger that otherwise keeps you out of Hyrule Field using the boomerang. And did you explain LJAs already?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically the boomerang has interesting properties to it. It's one of the most broken items in this run by far, and it's like a flying machine pretty much. It only works on the GameCube and HD versions because of the way that targeting works in the Wii version. But basically what you can do is target something or throw the boomerang, and if it's over certain things, like being out of bounds or higher ledges than you, then it'll actually make you jump really far, just as you saw with Chris's screen. And that can actually skip many triggers like that one. So he's in Hyrule Field now.
It also does it with voids, which you really don't see it over voids in this run until we get to City in the Sky. That's where we really get to see that. How much longer is no save and quit? Well, if you're comparing Nimzo's any percent record to Adam's record, it's 15 minutes and like, yeah, it's 15 minutes and 1 second, but no save and quit doesn't really have as much runners to it, and Adam's time is, I don't know, Adam's time, 90% no save and quit time, is probably one of the hardest to beat of the records right now. That and Nimzo's pushing any down really far now. But on average, it's usually about 20 minutes longer, I'd say. But you can definitely still push that time down lower. It's just really hard.
Yeah, for sure.
And Chris is now on his way to Eldon in order to, for sure, get map warping. Hopefully he gets the CAC portal early.
Chris is going to go for Gorge Void here. It's a 1-frame jump, and if you don't land it, you're going to have to do some backtracking later, which costs about a minute, give or take. If you get this jump, then you can, instead of being forced to warp to Farron again, you can avoid that trigger, and he just missed it, unfortunately. But if you do get it, then you can do Rupee Roll to skip the Gorge without having to fix the bridge, and then get the Kakariko portal. That way you don't have to backtrack and do all this again to get to Kakariko later.
What Chris is probably going to do here, actually, what I see, it depends. He's been doing this in his any percent attempts. He's probably going to go straight back to Kakariko, which not a lot of people have been known about, but it got tested out recently. It's been said for a while, if you go straight back to CAC and just do the Eldon Twilight segment first, you can save a total of 3 equips. So he's probably just going to skip going straight to Lanayru like most runners do here, just to go back to CAC. This does mean he has to unfortunately deal with a trick again that we saw him do on the way there, called Mailman Skip, where he's just going to use an LJA to try and jump over a trigger. So that we hopefully don't have to hear, hey! This noise every TP runner hears that makes them cry inside. Can I get a hey in the chat if you know what I mean? I thought Keaton saved over his Boho save. I hope he didn't. I don't think he did he? He didn't? He's good? Alright, thanks, Beast. I'm interested to see what he's going to do here, because he hasn't skipped, if you can see, JD, he hasn't skipped his splits for Claw Shot yet, which normally he does right after he misses Gorge Void, so I don't know if he's just going to go right back to Lanayru after.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Is D3 doing ZA or no? I'm pretty sure he's doing ZA. It's his ZA splits he's running against, so I would assume.
Very nice Gorge skip setup.
So what Chris just did is he's doing is called Rupee Roll. So in TP, every time you reload the game from a save, rupees that are not a green rupee have a text around them. And what we can do is we can use a long jump attack to get up on that fence, like Chris did, and when he picks up the rupee from the rank, it freezes it because it has to play that text of him collecting a rupee. This gives us a second to stand on top of the gate, and then he can roll at a precise angle and move the control stick back towards the wall, and this will allow him to get on the other side of the fence. Then he does an LJ, as you saw, to get to the other side. And he has to run in a very specific way around a trigger there, because Back in Time sets the King Bulb in one trigger, which is set by the Tamed Epona flag we mentioned earlier. And because of that, if he activates that trigger, he would have to... it's not a big deal, he just have to go in and out of a room in CAC. It just makes him have to do some pathing later to correct it that just we don't want to deal with. Crosser, you should call him D3 in case of new viewers. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it looks like he will be doing the Elden Vessel now. So we'll be able to see that segment here. And Keaton is now getting the boomerang, so that's good.
I kind of like watching this way of riding too, though, because it gives you a not necessarily a breather, but it gives you a bit of a, in a way, a breather, I guess. I don't know. The Twilight 2 bug segments are like the most movement demanding portions of the early game, in my opinion. So
That was an interesting angle that D3 just had with that side hop. He clipped into the well and then back out of the well again.
yeah, I haven't seen that one before.
Going for the rupee too, nice.
Yeah, disclaimer again in case I do say it. D3, as JD said earlier, D3's name is Chris. He also just goes by that on his stream, so I'm just used to calling him that. And I'm like, I haven't asked him, but I'm like 9,000% positive Keaton's name is Keaton. So, I'm just used to calling them by their name. Good job with the bug manip there for Chris and the Mart.
Yep, you just bunk the wall and then it comes down to you.
Where your guys are still my. Hey! We gotta get a hey in the chat. Keaton unfortunately didn't get the mailman trigger. We all know, us runners all know he cried a little inside because of that.
Tears of joy.
Tears of joy, exactly. We get to see that beautiful man.
He's the one we really need to ask if he's been working out.
Exactly. God damn, that guy's. Do you see the quads on that guy? Like, whew. He does not skip leg day.
He runs around Hyrule, all of the whole place.
Just think about how good he knows people too, though. He knows Link even when he's a wolf. He's like, oh, that's Link. Just no fear. Everyone else runs scared of us. He's like, no, I know who that is. That's the real hero of Hyrule right there. They could have had him pull the Master Sword too.
Good of missed opportunity.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Side quest, mailman. Why can't we do what Wind Waker and Oot do? Just become mailmen for a bit. That's why they're so strong.
Oh man. All right, we'll see if Keaton gets Gourd Void here. That could give him a leg up on D3 a little bit more if he does get it.
He's got this. Let's go, Keaton.
Ah.
So we're gonna get to see both runners follow pretty much the same path then. They will diverge, as the first diversion in these routes is gonna occur at Lakebed Temple. Nice Wolf Bomb House skip.
Yeah, the routes will start looking similar and the same again once they both get to Morpheal.
Yeah.
Pretty
So for
straightforward from there.
For anyone wondering what Chris did there, he used a long jump attack to get to jump over that little gap there onto the other side, and the reason he did that is because there's a certain point where when you walk past it, a bug spawns and goes into that house. If we kill the bug before it gets into the house, we don't actually have to go into the house and blow it up and then watch a cutscene, and that wastes like, I don't have an exact time estimate. I feel like it's 30 seconds though.
Maybe like 40?
Yeah, probably closer to that.
And there's a faster method of doing where you don't have to transform into human at all. You can do it entirely as wolf, but it's a more precise and difficult setup.
Yeah, it requires you to... Oh, and Keaton's is not going to go for Elden Twilight. He's actually going to go straight to Lakebed now. So we are actually going to see these runners have a bit of a different pathing. And he's going to go for Gate Clip. So kind of similar to what we do with the Rock at the start of the game here now, we have another gate. And gates in TP, they just don't exist. You can just jump right through them. Oh, Keaton taking a couple of jump attack frustrations at the gate.
He is doing it from pretty far back at some of them.
He has a bit too much of an angle there, too. His angle is a bit hard. I think he's got to be aimed a bit more left. Nope, he got it. Nice.
Cool.
So yeah, gates and TP just don't exist. When they're swinging, if they swing the right way, we can just go right through them. It just works, like Todd Howard says about every Bethesda game.
It just works. That's fine enough for us.
Yeah, don't question it, right? You know, it just works.
Now Keaton's about to be doing another one of the early game gatekeepers. It's Pillar Clip. Very cool trick, also very risky. But it'll allow us to get into Lakebed Temple early. That's very important.
And Chris is finishing up Elden Twilight, and he's going to be heading right there to meet Keaton.
For a bit, it will look like Keaton's ahead of D3 because he's further in Lakebed, but it is good to keep in mind that D3 has completed Elden Twilight and Keaton has not.
Good pillar clip from Keaton. He's got this. Yeah.
Very nice. There are lots of ways to do that trick.
And now he's going to save and quit so that he can go straight to the start of Lakebed because we do not have Zora armor and will die if we try to swim there. So this dungeon is very interesting. There's a few different ways he can tackle the central room once he gets there. I don't know which way he's going to do. I would assume he's going to do the quickest way because I believe he was helping Zach test out if it was quicker, but I don't know if he does go for Fast Lakebed or not. Or Lakebed Reroute's probably the better name for it.
Gonna see some LGAs here in this room to skip these stalactites because we don't have bomb arrows to knock them down.
Good. That was really good. He didn't bonk once. Nice.
Even went for the jump slash there. That's crazy. I hate that jump slash.
Yeah, I just recently started trying to do it like a year into playing the game now. I used to like never do it.
It's just like more consistent and probably faster to just climb up the fast way. There's a faster spot to climb up at.
So he's going to do the old route here. So what he's going to do is he's going to do an LJA that's going to take him right over to Deku Toad here. And he's going to then pull this lever to get the bridge towards him. And he's going to do that to set up for his version of boss key skip he'll go for later, as well as to grab Uku right now real quick, which he'll need to warp out of the dungeon.
D3 is going to be doing Pillar Clip here as well. You'll notice how Link just dove headfirst into a concrete staircase. And he's fine, of course, because he's Link.
The man who can survive falling in lava, apparently, across many games. Just wakes it off. It was just a dream, right? Or was it? Or to bring conspiracy theories again, was he traveling the Zelda multiverse?
Probably. I feel like that's the easiest way to explain it, right?
It makes sense to me. I mean, when he opens a right door in Hyrule, he walks through the left door, so, you know, it's kind of sus if you ask me. Looks like he's kind of, you know, traveling between space and time, and it's kind of, you know, it's a little bit spooky. We were all a little worried that the Zelda FBI was going to come after me for exposing them.
Man, Among Us was almost out of my head. It was almost gone. Nice one cycle Toad there with the 10 slashes. Those are pretty precise. Not too hard, but if you make a mistake, it will have to be 2 cycles.
And we are only able to do that thanks to the Master Sword.
And early monkeys.
We're getting an exact view of what JD mentioned there on Chris's screen. That is, yeah, just how precise that jump attack is. So Chris is going to go for the same method that Keaton went for here, except he's not going to pull the bridge because he doesn't need to for his route. He's also not going to go grab Uku right away. He's just going to run straight to Deku Toad. And the reason for this is with him grabbing the Zora armor route, it's faster for him to not grab the... moving the bridge takes 7 seconds. I timed that out myself. And when you don't move the bridge, you save that time. And so the reason a lot of other runners move that bridge there is because they need to go grab Uku, and they want to warp out right after fighting Deku Toad, because when you warp back later, you need to use both water bomb chests in the first 2 rooms of Lake Bed. Because Chris is getting Zora armor, he just has to go straight back to the room he does boss key skip in, because he doesn't need any of those chests. So he's going to run back through Lake Bed now, whereas Keaton's is going to do it later. That little toadfish there, very strong. Able to take a man out of the air completely and knock him on the ground just from swimming. And Chris getting 1 cycle as well.
Very nice. Looks like they both got it.
Keaton's is not going for Kargarok fight skip here. We're going to see him fight the Kargarok.
I'll be back in 1 quick second.
Yeah, for sure. And now Keaton's is on his way up to get the Zora Domain Warp Portal. We will see if he'll go for the flight clip here. So there is a clip out of bounds you can do, and it saves you 6 seconds. Or 6 to 9, I think it is. It's one of the two. I'm blanking. If someone wants to correct me on that. We'll see if he goes for it here. It does not look like he's going to go for it. And Chris is going to send himself back through Lake Bed right now to get Uku. Nice job on the jump slash there. I've heard 8 seconds, but yeah. I remember it being 6, but then Keaton told me it was 9 the other day, and he's pretty accurate with the timing, so I'm not too positive. I know it's between those two though. And Chris grabbing Uku now to go do Kargarok fight skip, because I do believe he will go for it. And, well, like I said, I explained the difference between this already and why he does this first because of the Zora armor route. Oh, Chris just save warped. Uh-oh. Oof, okay. I think he's going to run back through Lake Bed a 3rd time, but he should be okay. We're going to go on a bit of a Lake Bed adventure again, I think. Nope, he's just going to go out now. It's no worries, but normally what you want to do in the Zora armor out there is just warp with Uku there, because now when he warps back later, he's going to have to run through Lake Bed again, versus where he runs through Keaton's. We're going to watch why you do it normally, is because you have to get the bombs. ZSR says 6 seconds for Kargrok out of bounds. Alright.
So it looks like they're just a few minutes apart from each other, it looks like?
A few minutes apart, but Chris has an Elden on him. So
Yeah,
that's something
exactly.
to definitely consider for. And Keaton's, what's it called now? Chris went back through Lake Bed, grabbed Uku, and still safe warped again by accident, because he's used to doing no ZA from PB attempts right now. Oh,
he got
Keaton
knocked.
gets hit by the icicle. It was 6 seconds when we used to clip back and back. Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah. I thought there was something with the ZSR time that was out of date, which is I'm pretty sure it's 9 now, right, Ike? 8 or 9. And Chris going for Kargrok fight skip here. So what he's doing is he swims underwater, and because he swims underwater, the Kargrok will follow him underwater, and it just instantly kills the Bulbin because they do not like water. So that just lets him skip doing the whole fight sequence we watched Keaton do. And I do believe he will try to go for the out of bounds clip here. Yep. And he gets it. Nice.
Nice, nice.
And Keaton's grabbing the Zora Domain Warp Portal. So he is now going to go back to South Pharaon again and accidental transform. But he is now going to go back to South Pharaon and grab and do Pharaon escape again. He's going to dash to Elden and now do the Twilight segment.
Yeah, so this is where D3 is going to save a lot of time on Keaton. Because Keaton has to go and do that whole Twilight segment. And then after that, it'll be pretty much the same for both.
Chris will probably be... I estimate it right now, I think he's about 6 or 7 minutes ahead. Chris will be most of the way through Lanayru Twilight when Keaton catches up to him. Oh, nice one-framer from Chris. Skips the mid-to-text.
Yeah, that is one of the two that you can actually time for.
I find that one the harder one to do quickly, because what I've started doing now, because it does still save time, is I'll delay my second skip a little.
I actually get the second one more often than the first one in sewers.
I'm just bad at timing the two pause, because I got like a method down for doing this one in the sewers, and it's just really hard for me to get the second skip in there, so.
Gotcha.
But everyone's going to be different, obviously, right? Especially when it comes to timing tricks.
Run straight across Hyrule Field now since he doesn't have to worry about the mailman.
We already got to see that glorious man.
Yep. Honestly, I think that Keaton should just automatically win because of that.
He got to see get the mailman auto win. Hear that, winners bracket runners and people gunning for the finals? If you get mailman, auto win.
Wolfdash is over.
Yeah. If you fastest to mailman wins Wolfdash, that's how it works now. Ganon is no longer the requirement.
Sorry guys, rule change real quick.
Yeah. Whoever gets mailman wins the race.
No, Keaton needs to find a heart here, otherwise rupee roll will not work. If Link has a heart or less, because of the animation he does when he's low on health, it actually prevents the rupee roll from being possible. Oh, this is clever.
Oh, that's smart, yeah.
Where did it go? Oh, he's...
he didn't. I don't think he targeted it right. I mean, it worked for Nimzo. Yeah, Nimzo got the mailman, 4-bomb Morpheal, reset a Shadow Beast. I mean, hey, that just goes to show you do not need one bombs. They're not that essential.
There is a side hop here from one frame that you can do that saves like 6 seconds and skips a cutscene where Minna talks to you.
Ah, he didn't get the target off.
Oh shoot.
I don't think he's grabbed. Yeah, he hasn't grabbed a blue rupee yet, so he can still go for the backup. So he is still fine, but. Nice, he's got that one this time. And Keaton definitely is going to have enough rupees to do reroute here. He's probably going to be sitting close to... He's probably going to be sitting close to 50. Now let's just hope he gets through the LJ here.
Playing it safe, good.
Oh, he jumped too early. Oh, he's going to have to...
Too far left.
Yeah. He is unfortunately going to have to save and quit here now to get rupee text again so he can go for it. He jumped a bit too early, unfortunately. There's a fence you want the boomerang to be over top of when you go for your LJ.
Keaton is going to be loaded with money, it's true.
He might even be able to go for another skip altogether.
The Adam rupee route.
He's doing the Keaton rupee route. He's got the Adam rupee route plus the I'm gonna skip a red rupee from one of the redeads. Good portal from Chris there. That portal often bothers a lot of people in that area.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Messed up the targeting, and yeah, and I do think that was going to be too low. So good call, just not going for it.
Gets another yellow rupee. God, man, this guy's RNG. I don't know if that grabs. Oh, it did. Okay, good.
You might be ahead of me, Crosser.
Oh, wait. What? I don't even know what went. I actually don't know what went wrong there. I don't know if it was his timing or his target location.
Rupee was gone, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what went wrong there. I've never seen that.
Let me refresh here.
Aiming on the true it was aiming or timing would be my. Well, no, he got the LJ. It looked like it has to have been aim.
Yeah, now I'm synced up, all good.
That was unfortunate.
Keaton, you got this, my guy.
You got this. We believe in you.
Keaton is no quitter.
Nah, he's definitely gonna finish it out no matter what.
Same thing for Sloth that one run. Sloth
showed the heart of the tournament in that race there. Shoutouts to Sloth.
Alright, he got the rupee roll. Now let's just go for it again here. It's probably going to be extra careful, understandably.
His Byte ZA learning session with me, that was fun. He got it that time, okay, good.
Excellent.
I was a little worried he jumped early there again, but that was good.
Turning around and just throwing the boomerang like that is very risky, honestly, but also very, very cool.
I go for it myself, but like, so there's the bridge kind of in a way goes straight for a little bit, and then it like turns at a 45-degree angle. Right when it's in the center of the last bridge before that 45-degree angle turn, that's when you want to jump if you're going to do that. If you just turn around and do that and you time it every time, you're going to get over, no problem. But if you do it early, you risk hitting the wall or the fence there.
I have an interesting setup where I actually aim the boomerang and compare it to a mountain in the background.
Oh, okay. And Chris is going for the Howling Stone here, so This is another difference with the ZA route. Because he doesn't have to grab... Sorry, because he doesn't come to grab Isa's bomb bag later, he's going to do the Howling Stone now because he doesn't want to have to backtrack here later to do it. This ends up making your Linear Twilight time a little bit different on the ZA route and a bit harder to compare to for other runners just because you have that Howling Stone added in there, but if you know the timing, you can just subtract that, or if anyone is interested in running ZA, I highly just recommend looking at Simi Splits. He has a 303 and a Bite ZA, which is the lowest Zora armor time on the leaderboard right now to my knowledge.
Ooh, side hop. Stylish.
By 303, if he's here, I mean 3 hour, 3 second. In case he's here. And he's like, hey, I have a 3 hour. That was what I meant. Disclaimer, so I don't get flamed.
Yeah, he's currently living under the never will get sub 3 curse, but I'm sure it will get broken soon.
I'm pretty sure he's just a bit busy right now and couldn't do runs. I bet he's gonna get it when he comes back. Him and Chris are both so close, they're within 10 seconds of it. Were you running JD when the Zora armor is still the go-to way to complete the route, or did you come after no Zora armor was found?
It was like right around there. I don't remember. It was either right before or right after that route started getting implemented. I think it was right before because I started with the Zora armor route. Other people at the top were doing no Zora armor.
I gotcha. Did you go for Pog Slide or the opponent backflip?
What Pog Slide?
Opponent slide.
Oh, I think of the freaking Zora's Domain thing now with the bombs when I think of Pog Slide.
Oh yeah, right.
That's the name I gave it, I guess. But no, I didn't do any of that stuff with Epona.
Oh, okay.
I did a similar route to the one that MoFat did in her AGDQ run from back in the day.
Oh, that was when we still grabbed the bridge, right? I believe, at the time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember it being any other way. And you would get Uku from Snow Peak.
Oh, right, yeah, I remember that route, yeah. So for this part, again, we're kind of just playing through the game normally, getting the bugs in the most optimal possible way we can. So Chris grabbed 2 routes, then warps up to Zora's Domain, so that he can get all the bugs from Zora's Domain down to Castletown, and then he's going to warp back to Lake Hylia, so he wouldn't have had to do any backtracking, grab another bug, do the Kargrok bugs, and then intentionally die on it, and he'll spawn right outside the last bug. So, nothing crazy really, it's just the optimal routing that you can do to get through here as quick as possible. Zelda 2 Dungeon. Why is it weird that whenever I see Zelda 2, all I think of is the Zelda CDI? Like I don't know why. They're two completely different things, but it's just all that runs through my head.
You're probably thinking of like Zelda's Adventure. Rope, bombs, you want it? It's yours, my friend.
Have you played actual NES? I've played the GameCube version of it on the collection I had when I was younger. I haven't actually. I don't think I've ever completed Zelda 2 in full though. Oh, Keaton's is gonna have to go back through here, unfortunately. Zelda 2 is actually a game, though. Yeah, I know. I haven't ever really played through it. Wasn't necessarily my type. I've been more of a 3D Zelda player. I was OOT. I played like I think I've beaten OOT like 100 times at this point. I played through it on my DS like 50 times, and I know before that I played through it on the original version like 60 times, I swear. I played that. CPI was my favorite, but my Wii, which I originally played it on, broke for a period of time. And then when I decided to speedrun it, my friend had a GameCube copy that he didn't use anymore, so I bought it off him. I also played a lot of Wind Waker, though I didn't play Wind Waker necessarily like the like just beating the game. I just messed around in it because I did not like fishing. I think I didn't actually beat Wind Waker, I think, until I was like 14 because I hated fishing for Triforce pieces.
We all did.
Yeah, like if those last 2 dungeons were in the game, I would like without a doubt say that I think Wind Waker is the best Zelda game they've ever made. It still wouldn't be my favorite, but I think it'd be the best. Otherwise, I have to give it to Breath of the Wild now.
The Triforce shard collecting quest definitely misses, but you know, HD did improve it a little bit.
Yeah.
We're fighting the boss bug right now. Oh, sorry.
I know, you go if you're gonna swing it. Yeah.
There are fast cycles you can get with this boss here, and by doing so, it takes a little bit of a setup. So you can stand at the very edge of the board, and that makes it so that the bug swims around you a certain way. So once he charges at you, he's in front of you. You do 2 back hops like this, and then he's at a spot where right when he stops charging electricity, you can attack him at the proper time. So you can latch onto him again before he flies away and is out of your reach, and that allows you to do 2 fast cycles.
And then if he bonks off that charge like we saw there, he actually skips this like finish him kind of scene that you can get. Yeah. And it just plays straight into the cutscene. "100%ing Wind Waker seems so cool, but in hindsight, it's pretty grindy and boring." I mean, hey, just play HD. Watch Alberto. Item sliding makes that fun.
I actually really enjoy 100%ing Majora's Mask.
I have Majora's Mask. I've actually never. So, our copy that we had when I was younger, for some reason, it just didn't work. So I never really got to finish it. And the Zelda collection for the GameCube, it was on there. I just don't think I ever played it. I'm pretty sure it is, right? If someone in chat can correct me, they know what I'm talking about, or if you know, JD. I'm pretty sure it's on there. But I had it on the DS. The Zelda collection for GameCube. Was it on Majora's Mask on there? I don't remember if it was.
Yes, it is.
How far behind is Keaton's at this point? About 10 minutes. And this is actually where we're about to see a routing difference. So because Chris has gone for Zora Armor, what most runners you're going to see, especially the runners in this tournament do, they're going to go straight to Iza and steal her bomb bag using Uku, but Chris is going for Zora Armor. So he's actually going to go do the escort mission. And he's doing all of this to get Zora Armor to avoid having to fight Morpheal. Now, there's 2 things with this. A lot of people like to say getting Zora Armor makes the game easier. However, a lot of people who ran the game a lot and are good at it, they would argue otherwise because Morpheal's mostly RNG. Once you know how to fight her, you don't die often to her unless you're trying to play it risky to save time. When you route Zora Armor into your route, most people are going to do a Pona slide, which adds a back-to-back frame perfect trick into the run. And most people go for a Pona slide because they want to keep the time loss that getting Zora Armor gives you saves. So first he's going to have to do KB2 skip here, which...
Basically, voiding out anywhere in this area allows you to skip the King Bulblin 2 fight instantly. You can clip out and do that with Epona.
I just realized, have we ever thought of LJAing over that fence there on the right? Has anyone ever thought of that? Nah, nice, he got it.
There was another way, but I don't think it involved that fence.
Okay.
There was an old way of doing it that was much less worth going for.
Yeah. So as we can see,
Nice.
Chris is practicing them on route there. This is called an Epona slide. So when you hold R on Epona, you can see he gets that like option to dismount. And what that would do if he just pressed A with Link is Link would backflip off of Epona. If you press A, the frame after you let go of the trigger, it allows you to dismount Epona while she's still running. And you end up doing this slide because as Link's finishing his animation to get off of Epona, he starts maintaining all the movement speed that Epona is gaining him while she's still running. And if he times this perfectly, when he gets to the gorge coming up here, there is he has to time it for a specific spot because Link remembers the last piece of ground he was above when you start the slide, which is why we're gonna, if he hits it first try here, we're gonna see him do like a random jump in midair with no ground below. And he needs all of that to go perfectly in order to skip the gorge.
I also actually quite forgot that he was going to get Zora armor, so that does give Keaton probably a little bit of time to perhaps catch up a bit.
He got it first try, nice. There we go.
Like it was nothing.
Easy. So now he's gonna go skip the trigger. I wonder if he's gonna do the LJ I just showed him recently, or if he's gonna dig under still. No, he's gonna dig under. So he's gotta dig under here, and he has to once again walk around the King Bulbin trigger. And then he's also got to jump over a Midna trigger here that tells him to go bring the carriage. You only get one attempt at this LJA. If you mess it up, you activate the Midna trigger, and he got it. And the Midna trigger will actually pull you into the King Bulbin trigger, which will pull you into the KB fight and get you out of escort mission, and you have to go back and do it all over again.
It's an unfortunate series of events.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people will also dig under the bridge instead of going for the LJA to skip the KB trigger I mentioned, because it's, if you mess up one of those LJAs, it's a run over, but I like to play it risky, I guess. Keaton's, meanwhile, we're going to see him just start to go through Lanayru Twilight, which we just watched Chris do, and right after this, Chris is going to start heading over to Snow Peak. And I'll be back in a sec, okay?
Okay. Here we got Keaton just doing the double lily pad bugs here real quick. Looks like that didn't go too badly. Sometimes they can easily mess you up quite a bit. They fly around randomly, and sometimes falling in the water all the time makes things just go a little bit slower in general if you're trying to kill both and then collect both tiers from them. And like Crosser said, Chris is going to be going to, D3 will be going to Snow Peak here. And once we do that, we're going to be doing a glitch called Map Glitch. Map Glitch is pretty simple to do, but it has crazy effects. You can activate the map on the same frame as you would call Midna, like he's doing here. Select a place to warp, and Midna is going to cancel that warp. And after that, you can just keep going. And what that does is it removes all loading triggers. So we're just going to be able to run through this snow now without getting voided out. And we can go to Snow Peak early that way. Extremely big trick. This is probably one of the biggest sequence breaks in TP. Another side effect of map glitch is normally at the end of this area that D3 is in, you have to leave it by crawling into a cave or digging into it. And the game will crash if you do that with map glitch turned on. So to deactivate map glitch, we're actually going to be using a Howling Stone. Since the Howling Stone takes you to a different area once you use it, that actually deactivates map glitch for you. So it's very convenient that that's there, right where you need it.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Cool. I was just explaining map glitch.
Awesome. I just saw someone has apparently like modded Breath of the Wild to. Someone messaged me that they'd scaled it up to 8K, and I was like, Jesus. Who took the time to do that? Yeah.
Not related, but dude, I am hungry. Anyways, this cave here is frustrating to say the least. There are a lot of keys in this cave that can mess you up if you try to claw shot through quickly. But that is what D3 is going to try to do here. And it's particularly at the end of this cave here with a really tall, or the high wall of vines. You can just skip that entirely by claw shotting up there, but the keys, depending on how fast they try to attack you, can just easily mess that up, and then you have to kill them all.
If you want to grab some food, by the way, you can. You're down. That's okay.
I don't even know what to eat, though.
I grabbed a smoothie before this, but I'm starting to get hungry now too. I feel you there, man.
I'm like in that mood where I would open up the fridge and just look at it without doing anything.
I've been there. That's straight mood.
And no problem, Dave. Glad that we're here to, help explain things for sure. TP gets kind of crazy.
He didn't take the journey, Sag. Oh my God, Chris.
No spiritual journey. Even Nimzo did that.
Oh my God.
Nimzo did the spiritual journey one on his world record.
Real talk. Nimzo was Iron Boots away from having the biggest flex ever in a run. He got Mailman Skip. He took a spiritual journey. He got a 4-bomb. If that man had Iron Boots on, that's just a flex, if you ask me. Like
Iron Boots for the ending.
Yeah, if he put Iron Boots on as he stabbed Ganon, that would have been like the biggest flex I've ever seen in TP. Who are the runners? We have D3lighted on the left. He is a current sub 3 contender and one of the top runners in HD as well. And we have Keatons, who is a relatively new speedrunner to TP, but he is in general a accomplished speedrunner in other communities. And I believe he told me he used to be one of like the top 10 players in a game called Speedrunners on their leaderboards. So
I've heard that's a good game.
Yeah, it's a crazy fun game. I've seen him play. He's actually pretty nuts at it.
Coincidentally called Speedrunners as well.
Oh, we forgot. Sorry, go.
Oh, it wasn't related. You can go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this real quick, and that's it. We forgot to mention the reason Chris did an LJA there to skip those messengers is to just immediately get into the snowboard phase. But because he did this, as we all watched, snowboarding was blind, and that actually makes it pretty hard because it makes when he's going around the jumps, he can potentially void because he can't see where he's going. So there's a lot of setups and lines we pay attention to on the ground just to try and make sure we line ourselves up properly. What you were saying?
I was going to say something about speedrunners.
Have any intel on them? So, D3lighted's PB is a 3 hour 7 second, and Keaton's PB is a 3:18:49. So Snow Peak here, we're dashing straight for the ball and chain. That's all we care about from this dungeon, and the 200 rupees we can grab from it. So we saw him jump across, and he can claw shot through the ground there. He's then going to do another LJA here to get over to the small key, and he needs that to get through a door that we'll see in a second. He's going to void to go back to the start of the room here.
Yeah, that is actually quicker than most times LJ using an LJ to get back, unless you're extremely fast about it.
We then, as he's going to just randomly be able to clip through that wall because TP coders are good.
SPR is broken.
And then he's going to use that small key to open this gate we see here, this door we see here from behind, and that was the reason he went to do that. And this final glitch he's going to do here is he's going to skip behind this door using this freezer, and then he's going to open this door from inside of it in order to get into the Dark Hammer fight.
And that basically sums up the Snow Peak Ruin segment up to this fight. During this fight, normally in the route that most people do, or I guess top runners do, you would use bombs to make the fight end quickly. But even without bombs, you can quickly one-cycle Dark Hammer by just doing that.
Just 3 quick spins, or you can put a jump attack quick spin in there too with it, and I believe you can just 2-cycle him.
That is true. If you placed a bomb at the right spot, it will also deal damage to him before you do your jump attack quick spin, and so just one jump attack quick spin will kill him instantly after that.
Yeah. We also manipulate his AI a little bit, as we saw Chris do there. If you get really close to him and then go far away, it makes him throw the ball and chain quicker instead of us having to wait for him to throw it. And now he's going to go back here quickly to grab a 100 rupee, because we need... Oh, I was like, wait, did the rupee disappear for a sec? But,
sometimes it does.
Yeah. He's gonna save warp here to go back and grab the other 100 rupee, and we need this because there's a cannon you have to repair later to go to City in the Sky, and it costs 300 rupees to repair it. That is what we have been talking about when you hear us mention rupee route a lot, and Keaton, honestly, I think is actually going to be able to skip 2 red rupees in our AG at this rate. He's loaded on money.
He's at the perfect amount of money right now, actually.
Jim's task money.
Everybody type nice in the chat.
Nice.
If you feel like it. You don't have to if you don't want to.
So normally if Chris had not save warped, like he accidentally did, he would have just actually uku'd straight back to the boss key skip room, and he would have just been able to go right into it. That is, like I said, one of the differences of the ZA route that you can do. Loses him a bit of extra time, but at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters that much to him. He just wants to get through it. But the benefit for him here is he has a free Morpheal fight. There is nothing to worry about for him.
Very true. We don't have to worry about drowning. Normally runners will do the whole Morpheal fight without Zora armor, and to keep your air full, that it will require a glitch that involves pulling out a water bomb while swimming, which involves force unequipping your iron boots with the item menu. And if you drop the bomb while swimming with it, it actually refills your air for some reason. So that's used quite a bit during that fight to survive.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong with it too, though. So you can swim in a direction with a water bomb, but if you don't have the stick moving in a direction before Link pulls out the water bomb, he'll just drop it, and if you just drop it without tapping A, it doesn't actually refill your air meter. There is also the worry of if a runner does it too quickly, they can do a glitch called Rocket Link, which we're actually going to see Keaton's do in a second here when he grabs the Goron bomb bag, and if he does that, he can shoot himself all the way to the top of the Morpheal room, which then potentially can kill his run if he doesn't get back down with enough time. So,
if you accidentally rocket link to the top, the only way to survive is if you are close enough to one of the pillars and you can land on top of one.
So all in all, Zora armor's pretty nice to have. It makes this fight, it takes all the nerves off this fight, but take it from someone personally that runs any percent no save and quit and does Zora armor. When you're doing that opponent slide, that's where your heart rate's at 120 beats a minute. Because if you mess that up, that's a full minute you lose.
Did you say 20 beats per minute?
120 beats per minute.
Oh, okay.
It skyrockets.
Brachycardia.
Most people, their heart rate's during Morpheal here, but Chris gets to have a pretty lax time fighting this boss here. Kiss a Morpheal, exactly. We need to get that emote made. I've been memeing about it recently, so we need to get that emote made. Oh, regrab's nice. I mean, you got the zero bomb at least. You get the Chad zero bomb. Casual percent Kappa. That Epona slide is honestly very difficult that he did though. To get it first try. A lot of, like I said, a lot of runners when they're first learning will say Zora armor sounds easier, but a lot of runners down the line will say that it's the Epona slide's probably a bit more daunting than fighting Morpheal. I don't know. Do you agree with that, JD? I don't know if I've ever asked you that.
You see, I've never had to do the Epona slide, so I don't for sure know. But
understandable.
Honestly, I could see them being about even, but probably in different ways.
Yeah. One's annoying because the game can mess you over. The other is more of a you get mad at yourself because that's the thing with Epona slide. At least it's entirely controllable yourself.
Same inputs every time, yeah.
Yeah, like if you can do the exact same inputs every time, you're gonna hit it every single time. But it's just when it's frame perfect, it makes it really difficult. The good thing about if we had what HD has input storage or something like that, I think is what Chris said it's called, if he wants to correct me on that, if he can hear us right now. But you can basically just pause and then hold R and A, and you do a slide, instead of having to time it. So... Input buffer, yeah, that might be. Actually, no, what it is you hold R, press pause, hold A, and exit pause, and it literally will do the slide for you 100% of the time. So...
yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if we can fight Morpheal without... we can fight Morpheal with Zora armor in HD if they had early Master Sword, but I have a feeling a lot of runners would just go for Zora armor because it's like the slide's free. It just means there's no RNG to have to deal with at all. And now Chris is going to just be playing through the MDH section pretty much normally. The only thing he's really going to try and do that speedrunners do is make the wind one cycle on the bridge, but otherwise this is just casual percent, I guess, if that's what you want to call it.
There are definitely several strategies you can do during it, like small things to make it speedier.
True, like you can B attack the ledge in Telma's bar to save a bit of time instead of climbing it.
Very small detail that saves time. Yep, that's an example.
Oh, there's cat glitch too. I just forgot because I didn't know about that until recently.
Yep, cat glitch. Also, like knocking the Bulblin archer down so he doesn't shoot you, and other things like that. There's a quick climb, and that sums it up.
And we're going to see him also another thing too. He's doing dash cancels all throughout Castletown here because when we're in Castletown as Wolflink, the game immediately slows us down after we dash. We get a bit of speed from it, but then it pretty much puts us back to a base speed. So if we pair a B attack in there with it, which is what's called dash cancel, we can just do that and repeat, and it's quicker movement through the town. Ooh, the Keith's unfortunate they're not being nice to Keaton.
Yeah, so there's an example of what they can do to mess up your day.
He got a heart in return, though. I hope he grabs that. Yeah, nice. Nice. And there's that B attack I mentioned on Chris's screen.
Looked like he was being extra careful with that rope there because of what Zach posted today.
Oh, I haven't been able to look at the Discord today. What happened to Zach?
He just jumped off there when trying to grab that rope.
Ah.
Ropes in this game have very dumb mechanics.
I gotta take a look at this. Where did he? Oh, okay, I see. Rope.
It's just called rope.
Oh yeah, wow. That is, yeah. That is unfortunate that that happened. And this is another major difference, I guess, actually, right here that I glossed over. You know, kind of generalized MDH a bit too much. If Chris can burn the web, he got the web.
Yeah, that spider web is really dumb sometimes.
Yeah. So this is another major difference. Normally, you have to actually carry that fire over to some torches, but because we have the Master Sword and the Lantern, he's just going to transform and quickly hit the web and then transform back to Wolf. They say that the fused shadow is Majora's Mask. Huh, I'd never heard that one.
But then they would look the same.
True, true. Well, Majora's Mask, you probably know, I don't know Majora's Mask lore the best, I'm not gonna pretend I do, but the, he was like a heretic of a cult or something like that, right? Majora or something like that. And then I know the Twilight were like a group of magic users, right? Or
Something like that. I don't know about the lore too much either. But
any Majora's Mask people, if you're here and can confirm that for us, I believe he's a heretic from a cult, but I could have been wrong.
I could tell you where the heart pieces are in Majora's Mask.
Any maskers in chat? So this is one wind cycle here, hopefully if Chris gets it. He's gonna use a series of he's gonna use a series of dash cancels time dwell to get through this area very quickly, and if he does, and he's going to, he'll make the bridge here quick enough in time to just be able to jump right across instead of having to wait. Keaton
nice.
going for the risky LJ.
That's crazy.
I respect it.
Hard to set up quickly for it to save time, but still, ultimate flex.
I think the only person I see go for that is Simi, really.
Beast does do a similar one.
Oh yeah, I have remember seeing Beast do that too. Yeah, something close to it. A bit too far left. Still a bit too far left. He's got to go a little bit more right. There we go. He's got it.
There's also the side hop method.
Yeah, I've recently started just doing. I watched Simi's run the other day, and I learned you can, if you jump off at the right spot, you can actually just jump attack straight through the floor, and you can draw your sword in midair doing it, and it prevents you from doing that little like roll animation. So if you hit it, you save time over the normal method everyone does. If you mess it up and go for the side hop method, you only waste like less than half a second. Oh no, the freezer turned the other way for him.
Wow.
You gotta take a really wide turn here, I find, if you're gonna go for that.
Come on. Oh no. Oh, unfortunate.
D3 got EB. Oh, he did. Keaton died a freezer clip. I had someone come and ask me something.
Yeah, he died.
That's unfortunate. You got to be at more of an angle, unfortunately. This is a very difficult trick, though, to get down. 100% the hardest part of Snow Peak. He's got it.
As long as he doesn't get hit by the freezer by accident here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's just got to make sure.
Not get hit by Darkhammer.
Yep. If he doesn't get hit by Darkhammer, he's chilling. He's also got to remember his equips are changed. He's really got to get those bombs out quickly. I hope he notices that.
Also, ending blow is overrated.
Oh, he's just going for... Okay, he's going for... I really like this play by Keaton. This is actually really smart. To just play this fight as safe as he can. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're all just at the edge of our seats with Keaton here.
Real chats get fatal blow.
Alright. Success.
That was definitely a smart play by him to just go for the claw shot instead of the bombs and risk getting hit. Real chads don't get ending blow and then realize it at Ganondorf.
Why am I so far ahead at Goron Bomb Bag? That's weird.
That's
like a minute here.
Sky and Venick, right?
Venick and well, yeah, you got it.
Technically, you can add me to the list because in my any % no save and quit run the other day, I actually forgot to grab ending blow, but I realized I forgot to grab it in linear Twilight, so I just passed the Howling Stone into my route, and just grabbed it before I fought Ganon. But still, that lost me like 2 minutes, 3 minutes almost.
Well, at least you realized it before you went to Ganondorf.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny because exactly what you just said. Wait, why am I so far ahead? That was literally my reaction. I was like, wait, why did I save 2 minutes on Vessel segment? I was like, that just... I feel like I didn't play that faster.
You see, when runners are on a bad run, they skip ending blow as a backup.
Facts. We'll just stab Ganon with the fishing rod, right? Path that into the route. If only. I still love that that works against him. Like, that being the only item that you can use against him that does anything on Dark Lore is just so funny. Coder's a TP. They put memes in there. They didn't program walls or anything properly. You know, but for some reason, by some way of God, they programmed a barrier better than anyone else in Zelda can. And I don't even think they did it intentionally.
TP is the longest any % run out of all the 6 3D Zelda games by a very good amount.
Yeah, the next longest
that way,
is Skyward.
Wind Waker and Skyward Sword used to be way longer, and now Skyward Sword is like one of the fastest. It's ridiculous.
Skyward Sword's still the second longest, I'm pretty sure, but still fast. It's an hour and 21 minutes SVA is that, I believe.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then HD sub 1 hour, and OOT is just like... OOT is just not even fun anymore to watch. You're using SRM to play the credits.
Yeah, like a 7-minute long run.
OOT lol, yeah, exactly. OOT is just... When back in the day when Narcissa ran it and Tors ran it, it was hype. But like just now it's like it's just movie time and it's like okay, cool. Zenny is at least still pretty cool because you fight Majora and you have to do Moonwarp. Like MM's cool, but just OOT's just like so boring now.
Yeah, that's why the relay's doing OOT GSR, much better category.
Yeah, 100%.
Same thing for Majora's Mask with ADR.
Is also credit warps? Oh, it does? Yeah, right, okay. I just remember the moon warp and it's like 20 minutes still, and I was like,
I do like Moon Warp a lot more than Credits Warp. I
Yeah.
like a speedrun to at least fight the final boss.
is way worse. I gotta watch through the end of it then. I just remember Moon Warp. I thought you actually go and fight someone after. It might have changed since I last saw it, because I could have sworn I remember seeing a fight. But I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not
Mario,
too
that was
knowledgeable
the route
on
I did with Ocarina of Time back in the day.
OT was a
ran
bit,
it.
yeah.
With the Kakariko and the Ganondorf.
Ganondorf was awesome.
I got
When
like
you
a
can-
25-minute time and then called it a day.
When you do Ganondorf for the first time, you feel so good about it too.
I was excited. That is the first highlight I ever made on my Twitch channel was when I first got Wrong Warp for the first time.
Nice. Forgot to mention, so Chris just did map glitch and jumped out of bounds, as we all saw there, and he actually jumped into a cutscene to fight King Bulbin, and it's important he doesn't die there because the game will soft lock otherwise. And now he is moving on to what many people consider the second hardest segment in this game, outside of getting to Elden Vessel. So this dungeon is usually known as the run killer after Moorfield, to be honest. Like, this is the hardest segment 100%. It's just because of how tight knit the movement is with us optimizing this split is just, there's the most to do in it.
It's true. Arbiters has loads of things that can mess you up, especially with pose.
Final Poe room is often a room too that messes people over. And Keaton getting through Moorfield first try. We like to see that. Good job, Keaton.
Yeah, seriously, good job. We're about to see D3 do post skip here. There's a pillar in the room where you can do a jump off of it to actually grab onto a ledge and skip part of the dungeon that way.
And doing that allows us to skip the first Poe here, where we would normally have to kill it to grab the scent. I honestly can't remember the last time I actually beat this game normally. I'm pretty sure it's normally you kill this Poe first, and then the Poe, then you kill the Poe down and to the right, and then you kill the one that we kill last now, right? And then you take the chandelier over to the other side and kill the Poe we kill first, I think, right?
Yeah, you enter that one backwards.
Yeah. I actually don't remember the last time I beat this dungeon normally. Ooh, that was... Ooh.
Just barely off.
The Moldorm target threw his entire setup off there, unfortunately.
The Moldworms are the main reason why this trick can suck. They're extremely annoying. Sometimes, if you have enough bombs to spare, you can throw a bomb off to the right, and it actually distracts the Moldworms from messing you up for a little bit.
And that is unfortunately the problem with Chris's route here, is we don't actually get bombs, so... In theory, you could claw shot the Moldorms and kill them, but like, just... Speedrunners are never going to do that. We're just going to say, hopefully, if the RNG is good, throw the rang and go.
Yep.
So... This is actually where, from here on out, to be honest, for the rest of the game, actually, Zora armor does lose you time. The entire time save it gets is actually getting the armor itself and fighting Morpheal. But a lot of the reason bombs are quicker is because of what they let us do in the late game.
Yeah, you'll want to have, or at least try to have 6 water bombs at this point.
And Chris he doesn't even need to go for that route. Both these runners are just rich right now. I really respect that Keaton's isn't grabbing any rupees right now. He's just he's chilling. Oh, that's the side hop one that he got. If you know how to super slide and all he has zest, then you can do it. My controller would inhibit me from doing that right now. 100%. Hopefully the new controller I ordered though fixes that for me. Pretty good movement from Chris there. Super sliding should just be a feature in the next Zelda game. I'm not gonna lie, I just have a feeling that even as a bug, it would be hard to code that into a new game nowadays, just with the way the movement is done.
Watch as the next game gives you like a whole tutorial on pause buffering and using a bomb and ESS.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm just gonna eat my own words. This is gonna get clipped and just sent to me, back to me, like, you said? The OT runners are just, and MM runners are just gonna band together, like, let's prove them wrong. Find super sliding in Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 1 basically has that, but in the form of flying.
True, yeah. Wind Bomb. I think it's called, right? I think that's the name for it.
Yeah, BTB or Wind Bomb. Actually, I think those are different.
Yeah, BTB is off an enemy.
Right, yeah. Silly me. I've done BTB before, what am I talking about?
Yeah, I've done that. I haven't gotten a Wind Bomb before. I've hit a BTB. I also I've clipped into one of the shrines. I don't remember which one though. What is Stasis Shrine is the one I think you climb up the mountain for. No. So the first one you get is Magnesis, right? I think.
Yes.
But in the run, I think that's the last one you grab, right? Or
no, I don't think Magnesis is the first one. I think it's Stasis.
Yeah, Stasis is the one you cut the tree to go across the gorge, and then you climb up the mountain by yeah, then you climb up the mountain. That's the one I could not clip into because that's like the one with the really weird angle setup. I just could not figure it out.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Chris trying to go for the dash cancel there, but unfortunately bonking. That one's very precise, the timing for it.
Yeah, now he's able to go back around in this room again since he pushed that block. You have to push that block exactly 4 times for it to stay in that state.
It is very unfortunate if you don't, because then what you have to do is push the... You have to do post skip again, but I believe you can just skip over to the other side and pull it backwards, I think, as Human Link. Or wait, no, you... I just realized you could just LJA, go across, climb up, and then hop down, yeah. And this is the room that not often messes a lot of people over with the Poe there.
Yeah, it's a tricky one with all the Stalfos there to mess you up. Also, he has the full 300 rupees now, so he's set for the cannon.
There's 2 ways to kill that Redead in this room. There's a method not a lot of people go for where you can jump attack, bite the Redead once, hop off it, and then charge attack, and it guarantees a kill. It's a lot safer, and it works 100% of the time. The method a lot of people like to go for is the one you see Chris just did there, It works a lot of the time. However, the Style Children, at least when I was practicing it the other day for like probably an hour, just that room, the Style Children can sometimes just spawn in a very weird way where you can't actually get the jumps to line up properly, and then the redead screen will go off. So another instance of where TP has very small RNG that people do not notice. And Chris is going on to the next half of Arbiters now.
Keaton just successfully got the early win cycle in NDH. Good job. That bridge is really dumb sometimes. You have to land on a very specific spot on it for it to consistently work.
I'm pretty sure he voided there. Did he? I don't know if he voided or not.
If he did, then I missed it.
I went to wet. I'm pretty sure he voided, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah,
that bridge can sometimes be a water slide, and sometimes it is solid ground. It's very random.
That's a very good analogy for it. It's a water slide. Going for the claw shot onto the vines there. In theory, that claw shot actually is quicker. Just you have to get a two-hand grab. If you don't get a two-hand grab, unfortunately, it's slower. Actually getting the boss key kappa. Oh my lord. I feel like I just heard a bit of roasting from a previous race. Nice ball and chain by Chris there, killing the Stelphos.
Saving bombs. Just kidding, there are none. My brain was like, oh wait.
He has Zora armor on. Or as he calls it, D3 merch.
Pre-merch.
D3 merch.
That's amazing.
Color scheme's blue, so it fits perfectly, right? So Chris gonna fight Death Sword here. I have a feeling he's gonna go for Death Sword skip. I just have a feeling he's gonna go for it. And he does the frame perfect B attacks. Nice. Well, not frame perfect, but just really well timed. A bit quicker than the method you see most runners go for. Just if you mess it up a bit too much, you can unfortunately lose it. Wow, very, very quick setup from Death Sword there for him.
He's gonna have to do some adjusting with the C-stick. Looks like it should still work.
I think he got it. Oh.
There are just a few frames where it can work.
It's a 5-frame window to be exact. Yeah, he's just going to go for ball and chain method. He didn't get the timing there, unfortunately. Chris going for the 2/ method. Let's go. Chris, if you can hear me, nice. I'm proud of you there. Nice job. And with that, he is through arguably the second hardest segment. Now we're on to Stalord.
Yeah, he's going to be going straight to Stalord from here by save warping. It'll be faster for him to save warp and go back to the beginning of the dungeon than to do all the backtracking here. And Keaton is going to start heading to Arbiters in the desert.
I don't have an exact time here I can save for this, and I don't have a perfect Stalord fight in my gold, but in no save and quit where we can't do this, my gold is roughly about 1 minute and 10 seconds slower than my gold for Stalord on any percent. So, saving and quitting, that just goes to show you how much time it can save. And Keaton is now heading into the desert, doing the lag reduction strats we talked about earlier. Spinner versus Bellows for stupid dungeon. Which dungeon item is that from again? I'm blanking. It's probably from one of the games I haven't played as much.
Bellows is from Skyward Sword.
Oh right, the wind cannon thing, right? That you get in
The air blower.
Yeah, the vacuum in Neighbor mining facility, right? Yeah. Spinner's cool, so I'm gonna go with the Bellows is dumber. Spinner's pretty cool, I like it.
It's a nice kind of unique.
The
Claw
Dominion-
shots will always be more dope, obviously.
Oh, 100%. Claw shots are, in my opinion, TP has the best rendition of the hook shot. And I guess SS too, because they have the double claw shots, yeah. Claw shots are just sick. The minion rod could be removed from the game, and it wouldn't at all. The game wouldn't change at all if the statue just followed you down from the roof. Well, the thing is you do have to repower it technically when you get back into the overworld if you're not doing speedrun methods. So technically, it does serve a purpose outside of the dungeon. Very small one, albeit, but.
That part of the game can literally just be skipped just like that.
Yeah.
And you don't need it anywhere else to beat the game. That's how stupid it is.
Very good cycle 2 from Chris there on Stalwart.
Let's see how he does on the third one here. Gets bounced back. Bad RNG from the knights there. And the spinners up there seem to always have impeccable timing when it comes to when you're returning. They always just know when to hit you.
Well, thankfully he's through and we're on to the next part. Keaton doing map glitch right now, going to fight KBD3. Also with phase 1, if we noticed there, just something I'd like to point out. So Chris used the spinner to get onto the tracks and then jumped right away. Only question I have, if anyone knows if it's been timed, recently in his race and in his world record run, Nimzo I noticed just walks down forward a little bit and then opens the spinner. Is that actually quicker for phase 1 to do that? Because he's like the only person I see do that.
It's hard to say. No, I've seen a few people do it. Where like they walk forward a little bit and then put on spinner to go down to start this fight.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more people that do it. Like I said, I've just seen only Nimzo do it myself personally, but like I wonder if it's quicker.
If it's quicker, it's by frames.
You timed it once? Okay, yeah, so the method is faster, I figured.
I might have to actually incorporate that then if it's proven.
Yeah. Oh, I think he went a bit too. Oh, no, he got it. Nice. Good job. Save the frames. Oh, he's saving the frames. Let's go. Losing frames. Okay, you saved 2 frames at least, alright? At least we saved 2 frames there.
With the quick spins?
Yeah, when you clockwise quick spin there, it saves a well, just in general, clockwise quick spin save a frame, especially at Stalwart there.
Right.
From the leg.
They're like a frame faster.
I know Keaton's gonna hit all 5 for me though, right Keaton? All 5 incoming? If you lose frames, are you even a runner?
There was a freaking Twitter parody account of like speedrun quotes, I guess. And the profile picture was a fireman holding a frame, like a picture frame, because he saved the frame.
Oh my god. Yeah, especially in TP here, we are frame savers. There's so much lag in this game.
I think the biggest thing with saving frames is rolling.
That too, yeah. Honestly, if I had to pin a reason on why they did it, like, part of me is like, why there's so much lag in it. Part of me has always wondered if it's just for the general art style and like the stress it puts on like the system. So TP is a generally darker game, but like the structures in the game, especially for its time, I'd imagine they require more resources to load than say like Wind Waker's did at the time with the cartoon style. But to contrary, you have the sea in the overworld that has to load, and I'm sure that causes a lot of lag. Maybe they optimized it more for Wii near the end of development, so the GameCube version struggles a little. Yeah, the game actually was originally designed for the Wii. I'm pretty sure the GameCube version came out a little bit after the Wii version, if I remember correctly. It wasn't released simultaneously, I think, like Breath of the Wild was for the Wii U and the Switch. Keaton's unfortunately a bit too far to the right there for that post skip to work.
Got the clip there. Because of that one clip with transforming one time, we can skip an entire dungeon and a whole side quest after that, and just go straight to City in the Sky.
And we have to make sure we pull out the map there, otherwise we can soft lock the game if we talk to Midna and tell her to warp it. This also, the whole completing the Arbiter's Grounds, it forces us to actually have to zoom in all the way on the map there. Like you see Chris doing and you'll see Keaton's doing. So there's a thing too there I notice a lot of runners, like there's two methods that people go for. There's the method you see Chris doing there with the map. I find it a little bit quicker to just zoom in and press Z right away to open the portals instead of backing out first. But I mean, it's to each their own.
Did you say said? Like the German letter of Z?
Yeah, I think I said Z instead of Z. My bad.
No, you're good.
But yeah, no, I just find it's quicker to zoom in first and get the portals loaded. I think he got the RNG manip there, right? Yeah, nice. Good job, Keaton.
Yeah, he did. Even after circling the camera around like that, he was able to keep track of which direction was which.
I wasn't sure if he jump attacked too late, that was all. I knew he did the right thing, but I just wasn't sure if it was too late. And he got good RNG there. The Wii was the first Nintendo home console to launch with the Zelda game and also not launch with a Mario game. Well, I mean, Nintendo should have learned from their last console release and the Wii. If they release with the Zelda game, it seems to be their best-selling consoles of all time. This one's for Zach, the Rupee reroute. Let's go. Zelda games sell Nintendo's consoles. That's what we have, the statistics to back it up. Zelda better than Mario, confirmed. I'm pretty sure their most profitable games, which are also, I'm pretty sure, ranked just in general franchise-wise the most of all time. They don't own it, technically Game Freak does, but it's Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda, I'm pretty sure. But Zelda gets the most funding because it definitely requires the most resources out of all the games. See, no one gives Super Mario Bros. 25 or whatever sequel number we're at.
I remember the Zelda 35th anniversary direct. Of course I remember.
We're probably getting it at the end of the... I would assume the end of April. I know it's Nintendo, and I just feel like a lot of people are being really pessimistic. It makes sense from Nintendo's perspective to wait until after the Mario anniversary is done for them to start celebrating Zelda. There's no way they don't celebrate Zelda.
With, yeah.
Like,
I trust that they'll do that.
Yeah, like, There's 4 Wii U games to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure. I forget the other 2. I just remember reading a report on it that Nintendo themselves made that have not been ported to the Switch yet. And Twilight Princess and Wind Waker were 2 of the most profitable games on the Wii U. It literally makes no sense for them to not port them to the Switch. It's a free cash grab. And like, as much as everyone's gonna say Nintendo release is just re-releasing stuff, like, come on, everyone's gonna buy if they remake OOT. Everyone's gonna buy Wind Waker and Twilight. Like, it's a cash grab, but people know they're gonna buy it anyways. So, the one I keep hearing that shocks me is people think they're just gonna do Phantom Hourglass. I don't know why they do that.
I would be incredibly mad if that happened.
I just don't know how because there's no 2 screens, right? And that was kind of how Phantom Hourglass was built around. Should probably talk about City a bit. So,
yeah.
But yeah, my bad, man. We're getting so focused on other stuff. But yeah, so we'll talk about fan skiff when Keaton's doing it. But Chris basically opened a door as a wolf from far enough back that it didn't load the ceiling fan, and that's gonna allow him to go get the boss key early. Other than that, he's just progressed through the dungeon as he normally would so far.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. D3 is actually about to do a cutscene skip too, so after you get this small key, going back results in a cutscene where Argarot comes down and breaks the bridge. You can skip that cutscene by jumping around it in such a way that you'll see him do in just a second here. Easy.
Nice. And now we go back to, again, a bit of a casual time for a bit here while he loads the second bridge. But City, this is arguably the... I know this is what got me into the game. I've heard you before say, JD, that you like this dungeon a lot. This is arguably the dungeon that gets everyone into this game. It's just an LJA playground, and the LJA is like everyone's favorite glitch in this game for the most part. We just break City by jumping around it really quickly.
And a cool boss with cool strats.
That too, yeah.
And a very intense mini-boss skip.
Yeah, the Crosser Special. Coming up.
I actually came up with a strategy to make Aeroflow skip a little easier. I don't think anybody does it at all, but basically if you unplug your controller and plug it back in while just barely pushing the control stick up with your thumb, it'll make it easier for you to reach the point on the stick where you're barely buffering, like, pixel by pixel.
Okay, interesting. For me, I think it's been such a problem for me because the stick I have on my controller is just really loose, and it makes it hard to hold ESS position. So I just recently got a new GameCube controller coming that supposedly has a tight stick to it, so hopefully that makes it easier for me.
Yeah, for sure. The thing I do basically makes it so you don't have to push the stick as far to reach that point.
Yeah. So as we see, that's the first LJ. We're just gonna see Chris literally. This is the room where you really get to see it. Yeah.
It's fun.
There's multiple ways to tackle this. So Chris is gonna do the LJA method where you just do 4 separate. There's actually a method that I really think only Dean goes for. After that second LJA there that he did, or just jump across like some people do, you can actually target the boomerang on the roof there. And you can just get the rang stuck there, and you can do a double LJA to get all the way to the final part of the room. It saves time, but it's a lot riskier to go for. You also risk the keys hitting you while you're targeting. And now we get to see the man chickens.
There's a fairly difficult trick coming up with one of the Ukus here. You can just barely grab onto a ledge with the right timing and the right jump. And it is easy to fall by accident when trying to do this trick, which is frustrating. Here it is right now. Looks like he got a good jump. And he got the grab, so nice.
That is a trick a lot of new runners struggle with at first. The biggest thing to teach, really, that I don't think it mentions on ZSR is just L target walk forward, and most of the time you're going to get a good jump there to get the height you need. How do you get the op in Zelda? Crosser special time, let's go, yep. Keaton's, do it! Oh, I totally thought you were gonna go for Death Sword skip.
So basically here, there's one pixel that you can claw shot from the right position that will get you into the chest room and skip the fight. So you have to aim extremely slowly and carefully to get that one pixel.
And he got it.
Very nice.
He'll grab the claw shots and then he can just save quit. And no save and quit, it's really cool because here what we do is we actually now have to have Aralphos kill us through the gate. Aralphos skip is like 20 times harder on Wii. I wouldn't even want to try it on Wii. Salute to you, sir, if you are able to do it, because by God, there's no chance I would be able to do that.
Sounds like a nightmare, but I think you can turn aiming controls off, can't you, with motion?
Oh, can you actually on the Wii? I've never messed around with that. It still amazes me that Nintendo didn't catch that exploit. Honestly, I guarantee it's just it's a lapse of judgment in the coding. They just didn't count for that area probably. Because they were like, yeah, there's no way anyone's gonna try and aim a claw shot at that. I think it's as we get more on with their games, they're probably going to do it, because I think now that they've probably noticed that people found you can fly in Ocarina of Time. So
yes, you can also make your tunic blue and turn yourself sideways. Ocarina of Time is stupid in a good way.
And this is what Chris did by opening the door there as a wolf. So turning off that fan, it prevents him from having to do the second half of City in the Sky. He's just able to actually go straight to the boss key by using some good positioning and a relatively precise claw shot angle here. And then he's going to use another LJ to just skip the jump here. And yeah, that saves the entire second half of a dungeon.
Yeah, pretty much. Now we're just going to get the boss key and head to the boss.
You get crushed loads if you use stick aim on Wii. It's weird, huh?
No way, Simi?
F-Boots is like hardcore corruption stuff, though. Yeah, 100%. It's just at the same time, though, there's the question of how did it get... Why was it used in the first place? Why did it exist? Even as a developer tool, it just doesn't make sense why it would be there.
It could maybe just be a result of memory being different, but I don't know everything about the trick.
Yeah. Like, Skyrim's action. And here, Chris is going to have to do a very precise LJA, double LJA, to try and get across the gorge here. Or the void? I don't know what you'd call it, but he got it nice.
Now in this fan tower, there's a fast cycle you can get near the top if you're quick enough at aiming. We'll see if D3 is able to get that. Saves about 10 seconds, I believe.
And Keaton's is on Stallard right now. Down to third cycle now. F-boots, they're called F-boots, I'm pretty sure, because that's the value of the boots in the memory. I'm pretty sure that's what ZFG said.
Yep.
I remember him saying something like that. Has a hex value of F, I'm pretty sure.
He got the quick fan cycle, nice.
Nice. That was really clean. And Keaton's is through Stallard. He's moving on to phase 2. Let's hope he can get quick knockdown. F in the chat for Oot. Hey, that game's still fun, man. Only any percent's boring in it. Just got a hard route to it now, that's all. Takes a lot of learn. It's like Wind Waker HD. Wind Waker HD is a really fun game that a lot more people should get into. It's just got one trick at the start that turns everyone off. Like, Wind Waker's any percent is probably not the hardest any percent. It's just manual super swim is the hardest trick, and not a lot of people want to learn it because of that. But The run itself is really fun.
What would you say is the hardest any percent?
I'm learning the Wind Waker HD one right now. I know the SS one. I just have to actually do a run of it on stream finally because people have been asking me. Oots is Oots and MMs I don't even think count. Of 3D, I probably would actually honestly say it's TP just because of the length and the amount of tricks we have to do in the early game is just ridiculous. Like Wind Waker HD, I know the world record holder Al will literally tell people on the regular. MSS is the reason a lot of people get turned off. If you get past MSS, it's not the hardest any percent.
That's fair.
Oh, Chris didn't get the regrab there, unfortunately.
He wasn't able to grab onto the pillar soon enough. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So he'll have to climb up to the top now and claw shot to Argrok again that way. Actually, I think he can reach it from here, yeah.
Dozed off for a minute.
Dude, I feel ya.
It happens. And Keaton is through AG now. I was not watching if he got quick knocked down there for a sec, because I was watching if he got regrab.
I didn't actually catch it either. What is going on?
For me, I saw him rolling, and then it kind of paused for me for a sec, and then it just boomed through to he's done AG, so I was going to assume he got it. Yeah, from how quick it loaded for me. So Chris is now going to do some manipulation of Argrok's mechanics here for phase 2. It's very, very important too that he doesn't make a mistake, because when you have Zora armor here, he gets one shot if he takes any sort of damage from Argrok. Now obviously he could just take the armor off, but you know that wastes time, so we're not going to do that.
Now there's an interesting mechanic around the Argrok fight during phase 2. You can make each cycle go by quicker if you make Argrok think that you have fallen. And you can simply do that by claw-shotting onto a P-hat and sinking down with the iron boots low enough to the point where the game thinks that you fell down. And if the game thinks that you fell down, then Argrok just stops shooting fire at you, and he'll let you turn around him and claw-shot onto his back.
Just like
without
that.
even facing you. Yep.
And there's a way to save 1 extra second on both of the first 2 phases here if Chris goes for it on the second one. I've seen him do it on his any percent runs. You can actually lower yourself on the claw shot chains a little bit, and it just makes you hit that height limit that Argrok will breathe fire for quicker, and it just makes the phase go through faster.
Yeah.
So who's ahead? Chris is completing City in the Sky right now, and yeah, he's going for it right now. And Keaton is just on his way to City in the Sky. And if you want to take the final phase, I'll let you. Because I know I just said a lot about the first phases there. Don't want to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. The third cycle is a little bit different than the first and second. Since Argrok is programmed to catch you trying to go around him and then turn around and do it a second time. So what happens here is interesting. Instead of sinking down on the first peak he have a claw shot onto, we're going to claw shot to the fourth one, turn around like this, then sink down before his fire reaches you. It's going to turn around like that, blow fire out again. You start rising back up, he stops, and then you can claw shot once again and finish him off. It's pretty crazy.
And it gets very, very tricky there with the fire. So when the fire gets close to that P-hat, most runners have a specific part they look for the fire to be at on the P-hat before they place it, because depending on when you actually equip your iron boots there, it changes when you actually have to unequip them, like how quick you have to do it when he breathes fire. Otherwise, Argrok will just not let you claw shot his back, and he'll turn around and try and hit you. But we are through City, and now Chris is on to Palace. Palace is arguably the difference maker once you get to... Once you're going for the 254/world record times that Nims has got at 53, Palace arguably starts to become the difference maker because there's no real major skips we can actually do in it. There's just stuff we can do to go faster. But otherwise, we visit pretty much every room of the dungeon, I'm pretty sure. No, we do, right? Yeah. Yeah, we do, right, Chidi? Yeah, every room of the dungeon, we visit it.
I dozed off, what?
Palace, we visit every room of the dungeon, I'm pretty sure, right? So.
Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing we miss in it.
Palace is extremely linear.
So the reason we grab heart containers in TP also is what you just saw right there. So after City, in order to efficiently get to Palace optimally, we have to do a jump attack with the Iron Boots on there, and that forces us to take 2 damage. And we typically want to have a lot of HP in Palace because we're going to tank a ton of damage just running through Palace because of how much enemies there are to just try and hit us. Oh no,
Ooh, that was close. That was close. Nice dodge.
And here we get to see what Chris did earlier to do that fan skip right now. Keaton's is going for it.
Took it quite carefully. Very nice. Definitely a successful one right there.
I used to pay so much attention to the whole like setup where it's like if you're behind this line, transform and you're good. Nowadays, I just roll up, transform, and I'm like, YOLO.
We used to think it requires a lot more care than it does.
Yeah, nowadays everyone's just like, it's so funny watching people nowadays just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna open the door. Hopefully the fan doesn't go off.
Because there's a large point where you can transform into a wolf, and it'll just work.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you transform a bit too far back, you just literally hold ESS up whatever direction is towards the door for you, and you just kind of tap A the second you can, and you got it.
Yep.
But Palace, like we've said, it's pretty linear. Honestly, like what's really cool about Palace though is like just this is where you get to see just good general movement of the game. That's what separates quick Palace splits from slow Palace splits. How much slower is getting ZA? It's between 18 and 23 seconds from Gorge no ZA to Gorge ZA. However, I cannot confirm how the timing method was done for ZSR's site because, to my knowledge, I'm not 100% accurate here, but Adam says in his 254 run that going for every additional bomb that you have to go for on Morpheal wastes 10 seconds on average. So, assuming they timed that from a 1 bomb. Realistically, Keaton's struggling with cutscene skip here a little bit.
Yeah, he is.
But if it's timed off of 1 bomb, it's realistically closer to 8 to 13 seconds. If it's not timed off 1 bomb and it is timed off 2, then it's 18 to 23. But
oh, look, he got it. There we go.
Bad Morpheal RNG essentially though can actually make Zora armor a quicker route. So that's a lot less than I thought. It is, yeah. Zora armor is not as big of a difference as people think. It does, however, put a frame perfect trick into the game that is a back-to-back frame perfect trick into the game for that timing to be accurate, which is why not a lot of people like to go for it. They'd just rather take their odds with RNG. Also, it's technically slower, so.
Also, if you go for one bomb more fuel, then you're just crazy and not doing Zora armor's great. I guess.
Exactly.
Don't go for one bomb more fuel.
Only like an 18-second time loss, right? Yes. Yeah, pretty much. So if I'm right, because I've always assumed that ZSR has it timed off a 1 bomb. Sorry, yeah, a 1 bomb. If I'm right, the second you get a 3 bomb, assuming with the second bomb you get up, fight more fuel, and you fail a regrab, the second you get a 3 bomb, Zora armor officially becomes a quicker route. Assuming you get the opponent slide first try and it's perfect. So in theory, you can still world record with Zora armor. It's not out of the question to do that.
That would be a ridiculous flex.
Yeah. I thought since the escort takes a bit to do, it would be much slower. The escort mission is actually quicker than going to get bombs. Again, assuming you get a good KB skip and a good opponent slide, the escort mission is quicker than doing all the shenanigans we do to get water bombs.
You could also get a backup 100 rupee chest during escort without losing much time, and that's very helpful for cannon.
Yeah, and that actually saves you from having to grab the 100 rupee from behind Dark Nut. So when you clear Dark Hammer, you actually just save quit the second you clear him, and then right after that you just go get the 100 rupee from the armor instead. And it saves time because as long as your movement is good through escort, you can grab that 100 rupee and you can get back to save the wagon like quite a few seconds before it even is gonna get hit by the bomb. And Chris now entering probably the runner's most hated room in the entire game. We dub it the Mario room. And it is because we got these platforms going back and forth, and we've got this Zant head that's trying to fire stuff at us. And if we don't get to him quick enough, he can potentially spawn on the other side of the room, but thankfully Chris got... Ooh.
He might still.
Yep. He decides to go back.
Could have been farther, so that's good at least. That'll work. And yeah, world record Morpheal got a 4 bomb, which is actually quite bad for runs. So the fact that Nimzo still got a 53 after that bad of a Morpheal is honestly incredible.
Keaton, unfortunately, with the Uku ledge grab miss there.
Missed the Uku jump, yeah.
Yeah, the crazy part about Nimzo's run is that he got the 4 bomb, the mailman skip, because I was there from snowboarding, but he missed mailman skip, he got the 4 bomb, and he reset a Shadow Beast. Realistically, his actual just split time in general play for that game, for the most part, was 52 pace. So...
I'll be right back.
I think he was on 52 pace for most of the run. It wasn't until towards the end it started to finally get up to 53. I think it got to 53 through... he had a bit of a fall in Palace, I think. And that's actually what separated it. Uh-oh, I hope everything is okay, George. Where does GameCube get permanent bombs? So we go to, after, we saw in Keaton's run earlier, we have Uku from Lake Bed. Uku allows us to steal Iza's bomb bag, and that takes us back to Lake Bed. We then drop all the bombs into the pool in the first room in Lake Bed, because that's the quickest way to drop them, and we grab the water bomb chest that is from the chest in Lake Bed. Immediately after that, we Uku out again and warp back to Zora's domain, because there's a Goron trapped in a rock at the very bottom of the massive pool in Zora's domain. And if we go down there and blow it up, he has the bomb bag, and he just gives it to us. And then we empty that en route to, we empty that on our way to Snow Peak, and we keep a couple because we need them for Lake Bed, and then, yeah, that's it. And Chris finishing Phantom's Ant 2. Very good segment for him there. He saved 20 seconds. Nice. And now he's going to grab the next soul and make his way back to collect the light sword. And Keaton's getting through Aralphos, and now he's on his way to Argarok. Both runners flexing the crossfire special on me very hard.
How did Keaton do with Aralpho skip?
I didn't exactly see it, but I know he got it. I was looking at Chris fighting Phantom's Ant, and I saw him entering the room, and I looked back, and he was saving and quitting. So I'm assuming it was first or second try. Oh no, Chris! He jumps down.
Oh, the rolling.
Unfortunate. Yeah, his bet. That's definitely the way to go. Do that. Go, drop it. Go back up. Yep. First try about the same speed as Chris? Yeah, I figured. When I saw him enter the room, I looked to the left for like literally 20 seconds and I looked back and he was saving. I was like, yeah, he probably got a first try. And now Chris is going to go grab the light sword and move on to the second half of Palace. This is where we really get to see some movement tech that we do in Palace to speed things up. Nothing too necessarily, I guess, crazy per se that like looks like, wow, that skips a lot of time, but it's just a lot of stuff to allow us to hit cycles quicker. And just generally move through the dungeon quicker, so.
Yeah, it'll be very linear from here. And we're just gonna make our way to the boss key and also to Zant. Nice side hop. Wow, that was kind of flexy.
Oh no, Keaton getting hit by the Kargarok. Or no, wait, what is that's what? Wait, wait? There's a different. Oh no,
got moved out of position.
I think it's a different name for the Twilight version of the non-Twilight version of them.
I think they have the same name.
They do?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Twilight Kargarok and Kargarok.
I just think of the non-Twilight ones as like
Oh
pterodactyls.
no! Oh,
that's too bad.
He's got this though. He's gonna get it. This is the time.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
Third time is the charm. That's the mentality Keaton has had. I think it's Twilight Kargarok versus Kargarok. Yeah, that's what I figured. That one missed a little bit. Chris will have to kill these annoying little Twilight parasites here in order to probably get that next one down. Drop that, grab that. And this part's notorious for analog glitch. I'm sure he's gonna wait here. Yeah, oh, yep, he got analog glitch.
Always. Yeah.
Every single time that
there.
cutscene gives you analog glitch. It's brutal. So yeah, we do little LJAs like this, where, like we saw in Snow Peak, where we do 2 targets and there's a brief instant where the boomerang goes out of grounds. What's analog glitch? So, you probably have the better technical way of explaining this. I have the scuffed way of explaining it. Basically, sometimes TP will just lock your analog stick in a specific way to what you were when you entered a cutscene, and when you come out of it, oh my god, Keaton's no way.
What
okay.
the? Dude.
He's gonna go for, oh my god, he's gonna go for pixel, do it. He's going for task strat.
Keaton,
sorry, to finish explaining analog glitch though. It locks your analog stick in a specific way so that like Chris was probably holding up right there coming out of the cutscene, but if you notice when Link moved at first, he tried to go straight down and hop off the stairs, and that's analog glitch. It's something unfortunate we have to deal with in TP, and it just can really throw us off and mess us up and make us lose time. So the Mad Lad is going for it. I hope he hits it. Oh. Keaton is going for the TAS version of Fan Room right now. This is how the TAS does it. And Chris killing the first Zant head. He's going to void to go back to the start of this room. Grab boss key next. Great aim there, goddamn.
Oh, is he not going to try it anymore?
Nah, he's done with it.
Good attempt, though.
Chris grabbing the big key, and now he's gonna kill the Zant heads. Oh, unfortunately gets hit by them. He's gonna have to wait a cycle now for that third head. But yes, that was, sorry, back to our analog glitch discussion before we saw TAS strap potentially happening. I believe that is the best way to explain it. I have a scuffed way of explaining it. You probably have the more technical way of explaining it.
The TAS strat?
No, the analog glitch. I just basically said it's
yeah.
the game locks your control stick in a specific way sometimes when you enter cutscenes.
It has to do with the camera angle leaving a cutscene.
Oh, okay. I always have it happen at a cutscene, so that's just why I always figured it was cutscene.
You'll notice that coming out of analog glitch usually, if you hold Link in the direction that he's facing in the cutscene and continue holding after that, he will continue moving in that direction after the cutscene.
There it is. It's near position perfect, yeah. It's position perfect and it's like almost pixel perfect, I'm pretty sure, Keaton.
The idea is that the claw shot won't clank on it if you get it right.
Yeah.
It'll pull you to it.
Good LJ from Chris there. And he gets early platform, nice. So there we use a series of LJs, as you saw, just to get to this platform quicker so we can get it on the first cycle. We also pause Midna. We pull out Midna at the start of the room, as we all saw, to just try and pause the platform for a second. Although, based on a recent timing I saw by Zach, it is not necessary to do that. You actually can still make it if you go quick enough. But there's like no real difference in the timing of how long of when someone gets to the other side, so it doesn't really matter to do it. And most people will just go for the pause because it's safer.
Gonna be starting the Zant fight here. About to get real crunchy.
So here what we're doing is we're trying to kill these shadow beasts right on spawn, and the reason we want to do that is because if you actually kill the shadow beasts a little bit after they spawn, you will get lag frames from the spin attacks making contact. But if you kill them right on spawn like Chris is doing, you get no lag and it just saves time. Zant's the best fight in the game. Probably. I'd probably agree with that. I think a lot of casual people would say Star-Lord. Keaton went a little too low with the claw shot there, so he's gonna unfortunately have to...
Diababa's actually a sick fight in runs.
Yeah, with Uklis.
Yeah.
Uklis is probably one of the most flexed looking strats in the game. He got it that time, nice job.
So Zant has a few strategies. He has 6 phases in his fight. The first phase is pretty simple, but the second phase has a 1 cycle that you can do that just works with like 1 or 2 frames. It's very precisely timed, and he's going to be going for that, I assume, here.
The Zant phase also visits Morpheal again, so this is the only time save in the late game where Zora's armor actually saves you time again. From here on out, bombs is quicker, for the most part. Just a little bit. I think that was a little bit late. I'm not sure. I've only hit it a couple times ever.
Yeah, first phase has a 1 cycle as well, but nobody goes for it because it is frame perfect and very hard to do.
Tass does it though. That guy's crazy at games. He has the world record in every game on the planet. It's insane.
Yeah, Tess is pretty good at stuff.
Yeah. Pretty wild runner, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you really gotta respect his ability to speedrun. It's unbelievable. And here's where we really get a time save. So as you can see, Chris can attack quicker underwater with the Zora armor, but also he's going to be able to swim towards the head Zant's going to come out of. And he's going to be able to make it there before Zant even starts shooting his guns, and because of that, he can pull Zant quicker than the bomb route can. Was a little bit late, unfortunately, on the claw shot there, though, but he's still able to hit Zant quicker. Audie has it in his PB, and I didn't realize it wasn't standard, so I always went for my first month. Went for it in my first month or two. Are you referring to the 1 cycle, I believe, Beast? Isn't the only reason you get bombs so you can skip Zora armor? It is, but at the same time, when you grab bombs, it gives you, it allows you to do some things quicker. You get 10 bombs, and in theory, you only need 3 bombs to beat Morpheal and Zant. So we have 7 other bombs to work with, where we can use to kill enemies quicker, allowing us to get through certain phases faster. Also, bombs aren't the only reason necessarily that we can actually skip Zora armor. If we didn't have back in time to get early boss flags, we also wouldn't be able to skip Zora armor, because you need to be able to get early boss flags to skip Zora armor. Otherwise, you can't get to Deku Toad, and the claw shot is essential to beating the game.
And you don't get bomb drops from pots or anything like that either. You have to get bombs from chests or purchase them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you run out of bombs, you can get backup ones, but that is slower.
Also, EMS is needed to skip Zora armor. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more to skip Zora armor than people know. Like, it's... Twilight Princess has a history of a lot of people just running any percent, and when you really branch out into these other categories, you realize all these other flags that other things you do set for you, and all these other minor things you do that lead into you getting something, and there's a lot more that goes into skipping Zora armor than just the bombs. It's just the bombs are the item that you need to actually complete the fight, so it gets the most credit, but at the end of the day, if no one would go for the bombs if it wasn't for the other things you can skip getting Zora armor for. And Chris finishing up the Zant fight, he'll be on his way to Hyrule Castle, where he could potentially meet the mailman too. Chris, get your run verified. If you can hear me. Bonk and mailman, collect the mail. Nimzo does it.
This is true. Got Keaton starting out on Palace here.
I actually
And
believe he
yes.
has to grab ending blow. I don't think he grabbed ending blow after MDH, so I think he's got to go do that real quick. Because I saw the wolf.
Watch as he forgets.
I don't think he has ending blow. I actually don't think he has ending blow.
Yo, D3, you want to real quick?
Yeah,
Open
you
up
want to
your
real quick
inventory
hit
screen?
pause if he could hear us? I actually don't think he has ending blow right now because I just saw the
Alright,
wolf on the
I'm going
minimap.
into this guy's chat. I'm gonna remind him.
No. You got. I think you gotta let him notice it.
Oh, somebody's already asking him.
I don't think he has ending blow though. He's
We're
about
doing
to do a
Speedrun.
Venic. He's about to do a Venic or a Sky.
If he's not reading chat, then yes.
Oh no, I don't think he has it. The only reason I caught that is because I saw the wolf on his screen when he opened the map there, and that wolf shouldn't be there anymore, so I think he doesn't have it. I remember seeing him spawn in Pharaon like you do after getting ending blow. Huh. I've never seen it on the map again. That was why I was really confused. Because I've never seen the wolf still be on the map.
Yeah, he didn't get ending blow from the wolf and Farron, that's for sure.
You
Was the
can
wolf on
double
the
hit
map that you
Zan?
saw?
Wait, what? Yeah, Keaton's just double hit Zan with a spin, huh? On the map, it's always on the map. I swear I could be wrong 100%, but I have not seen the wolf when I teleport back to Hyrule Castle.
Golden wolves disappear from the map once you get them.
Yeah, that was what I thought.
I wonder if the one you saw on the map was the one in Farron? But
No,
that would
'cause
only appear after completing Farron.
Yeah, you'd only see it on you'd only see it on the Pharaon area of the map, and he didn't even load it. And it doesn't. Wolves don't show up until you zoom in on the map. I think he's gonna press pause here to check, unless he's just confident he has it. Nope, he's got it.
Keaton has it. Right? Doesn't Keaton have it?
Keaton has it. I'm pretty sure I saw him get it.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Keaton's
But-
following the route, the
Yeah.
normal route.
Who's ahead right now? Chris is on Hyrule Castle. Delighted. I'm hoping that I'm just seeing things, and that he does have ending blow. Did you see that too, right? You saw the wolf, right?
I did not see it, no.
Oh.
I wasn't looking.
So here we can just skip the barrier that Chris is going for just by skipping the cutscene and rolling right away. So that just skips us having to fight all these bokoblins right here. D3 did get ending blow? Okay, alright. I must just be seeing things then. That or the wolf was still on his map, and I don't know why it's still on there.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we checked.
Yeah. Yeah, because though I saw the wolf, and I was like, I can't imagine panicking and only realize you missed ending blows. Sky was on a 6-minute PB pace like 5 years ago, and he was literally finishing Ganon, and he couldn't ending blow him. And he pressed pause. He's like, "Oh, I pulled a Venic." So those are the two most infamous cases of it happening. Just checked my PB VOD. Golden Wolf is visible on the map. That is so weird. I want to go look at mine now and make sure I'm not just going insane. Hold up.
He just went into the inventory screen and we weren't able to see. Or I missed it. But
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it because I was going to pull up mine.
I started looking at it right when it was fading out. However, nice job on the save warp, D3. That is a
Good job.
1-frame backflip / Iron Boots equip that you can use to save warp during that small moment where you're not stepping on the minute trigger. And doing that actually saves 3 seconds. If you end up hitting the minute trigger and don't get the backflip, then it's just faster to backtrack.
Oh, okay. You know why he does? You know why it's probably on there? And we saw it. Chris backs out and then zooms all the way in and hits portals, so that he can teleport. Whereas what I do the method where the second you open the map, you zoom in, hit portals, B out, and then A twice because it's more accurate, I find. And I'm pretty sure it's like I timed it the other day, getting both of them frame perfect pretty much. It's like literally 0.3 seconds quicker to do it the way I do, but it's literally yeah, that would be why, because Chris zooms all the way in on the map. I don't zoom that way, so I'd never have seen the wolf. That was why I was like, huh. So do it the same way D3 does. Yeah, that way. I just have never done it that way because the first runs I watched was Adam's run, and that was how he did it, and I learned from that. So that was just, I've always done map warping that way. And I did time it out last night because I was curious. Like, I got both of them borderline frame perfect aim, and it was like 0.3 seconds quicker to zoom in first and then zoom out. I think it's because you can cancel part of the zoom out animation into pressing portals, so it just makes it a little bit quicker. And then you're able to, you can move the target on the map around quicker. So this is another example here real quick why bombs are quicker, because I know everyone was saying, isn't it just for Morpheal? In this room, we can just instantly kill both of those Dynalphos with bombs, but Chris has to use his sword because he doesn't have them. There's no other items he has that works on them.
Unfortunate for Keaton, he messed up both Phantom's hands.
Good ball and chain strat from Chris. And Keaton's is making his way back to the light sword now. So it's like the ball and chain. We need it for Zamp, but it does save bits of time here and there. Exactly. We have more. Like I said, for the run, in theory, we only need 3 bombs, but we have 10. So it's like we might as well make use of them to the best of our ability. Just like with Iza's bomb bag. We use the bombs there to fight Darknut. We don't need to. It just lets us do it quicker, so anywhere we can fit in little time saves, we're going to try and do that. And if we look at Chris's screen right now, we see a bunch of characters who we don't even know who they are.
Except Aru, he's villain.
True. Yeah, we did meet Aru. But the other 3, we've never even seen them, so we're just going to assume they're his friends.
Yes, very true.
They're Fortnite gamers. Oh my god.
I like it. I also find it very interesting how they use a whole freaking bazooka to stop an arrow that Link could have easily just shielded.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think rocket launcher is current meta. I think you gotta go AR shotgun, right guys? Or I'm not a Fortnite player, I'm just assuming that's what it is. Seems
Sounds
like
about
he's
like
not
Zelda.
following it properly. Yeah. Zelda Fortnite edition. Now they're with Ganon, they just want to help them kill the enemies. They want to be the ones to kill Link. So here we're just doing the ascent of the castle, and we're gonna try and kill things as quickly as possible. There is a cool strat in here called Zack Strat, because it was made by Zack. I wonder if he's gonna go for it. No, he's not going to. And then the one major thing all of us do here is he's gonna skip fighting the final Dark Nut because we don't want to fight him. And again, he can. Oh no.
Oh, oopsie.
Oops. Well, I guess we're fighting the Dark Nut.
Fighting the Dark Nut's cooler, right?
Yeah, adds a little more drama, you know?
And the skip for this Dark Nut is actually pretty simple, and it took an amazingly long time to be discovered.
I gave him a job. Oh my god. I would play BR Zelda, lol. I mean, are we talking we get a sword and shield? Oh no, Keaton. Unfortunately, the parasite's getting him, and
Aww.
this room is really annoying if you miss a soul throw there. It's really frustrating.
That whole room is awful.
Yeah, I hate it so much. Palace has arguably 2 or 3 of the worst rooms in the entire game in it, in my opinion.
What's the other one?
So they got the Mario room on the west wing, obviously. That one's just annoying. They've got this room, and some people find platform room annoying, I find. I really only think it's the 2, but I know some people find platform room really annoying.
Yeah, I hate this one a lot more than platform.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think platform room I know a lot of people hate. I actually find the Super Mario room. I find this room the worst in the in Palace, in my opinion. The Mario room doesn't usually get to me as much. But this one, by God, I hate it so much.
We got D3 counting cycles.
I believe that was 2, right?
I don't know.
I believe that was 2. If chat can correct, I will keep counting from here. I'm just going to assume that's 3. Four. Wait, no, that has to be 5 then, right? Because you hit and then she does 2 attacks. I must have missed a count somewhere. Can you shoot Zelda with an arrow? No, the only thing you can do to her is hit her with the hit her back with the blast. We have to play tennis. And unfortunately, I do not believe bottles works in this game. We are not OOT runners. And Chris getting through Zelda, and he'll just be looking to finish this up. I think bottles also works in Wind Waker. I haven't tested it, so I'm not positive. All I know is it works in OOT. I haven't really even tried it in TP, but I'd assume it doesn't work. Bottles work in Wind Waker, nice. It works in TP. Okay, so I guess it's just a meme they've kept around.
For the Beast Ganon fight, we're going to basically deal as much possible damage to him as we can as a human, so when we have to turn into Wolf for the 3rd cycle, he's at his limit, and by doing that, he comes out of the portal much more quickly, and just doing one single attack to him as Wolf will kill him.
Exactly. And as we could all see, that damage pattern is we do 2 sets of 2 slashes. Sorry, we do a jump attack into 2 sets of 2 slashes into a full 4-hit combo.
Yep, and as you can see, all you had to do to finish him off was just hit B once.
And you're chilling.
And it also removes bad portal RNG. Because when he's at that state of nearly being dead, he comes out of his portals much more quickly, just to charge you.
And in Hundo, we can actually 2-cycle him by doing a full health spin attack with the, I forget the exact technical name. I think it's Great Spin.
Yep.
Yeah, we can 2-cycle him with a Great Spin, and then we will drink Rare, Chew Jelly, and Draw Strike him, and it just kills him in 2 cycles.
Yep,
But
exactly.
unfortunately, we do not have any of those abilities in any percent because they take too long to get.
You can also 2-cycle Horseback if you have Fairy Tears or Rare True Jelly.
I like the holding there, that last dash that he did. It's gonna allow, yeah, that's really good of him. Nice.
Yeah, managing your dashing well here is important so that you can actually aim towards him.
And we've got now Chris just moving on to finish the game here. I do believe we'll get him in for an interview. I think there's a chance, though, that he will probably wait until Keaton's is done, because I know they are in a call, I believe, right now. But we will see. So in TP, you've often seen us use jump spin attacks to do damage. For some reason, it's almost like a fighting game in TP. If you do this, like, there's almost combo damage. And we're going to use that to just make Ganondorf look like the stupidest boss in the entire game right here. And then he's already done. That's the extent of the fight. And
he went with the whole thing. GG.
And Chris finishes in first with a time of, I'm trying to figure it out, 3:06:29. There we go. GG's Chris. He will be moving on to play. I actually have to pull up the bracket first so I can see. And this is why we play Twilight Princess. We play for 3 hours to listen to Link run in Iron Boots. And to see Midna, of course. Let me check his bracket to see where he moved. So Chris moves on to play Marco with this.
Speaking of Chris,
And we
hello
have
there.
him with us now. How's it going, Chris?
It's going well.
Congrats on the win. That was a good run.
Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
This run was okay. Yeah, it was a good run. Good race.
Very clean Epona slide. We enjoyed watching that.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that was really good. I have a bunch of time to save there on my no save and quit because I got it 4th try.
Damn.
Yeah. Which part would you say you played the best at, in your opinion?
Let me think. I think maybe AG was okay. I mean, I failed Po1 skip once, then I got it.
Yeah, that Moldorm really messed you over with where he was.
Yeah.
It just the target kind of like that was just unfortunate.
I don't know. I think this run was just average. I think I played good in certain places and bad in also other places. Like Agarok, I dozed off for a minute with the freaking regrab for the first phase. That was kind of rough, but it's all right.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I golded Pirate Temple boss key by a second, so that's good.
I also noticed what's it called? Your gorge nosy muscle memory there. You decided to save quit when you grabbed Dooku in Lake Bed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I did that either, but it's whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, you should have heard me commentating it. I was like, and here now he's gonna grab Uku and he's going to warp. Nope, he's gonna save and quit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good race, man. You move on to play Marco. Are you looking forward to that?
That's gonna be rough. I need to be top of my A game. Probably. If anything, I just gotta remember my route correctly. I actually ended up going for escort reviews because I wasn't confident about it in practice. So I was like, yeah, I'm not. I was like, I'm not doing escort reviews right now. It's way too risky.
Yeah, it only saves like 10 seconds or so if you do it well. So
Yeah,
it's not really worth the risk.
Yeah, when I was doing it in practice, I kept failing it. So I'm just like, I'll just pass on this for today.
The way I found personally to start getting it is because I know both me and you do that at the start just to warm up. You only really get one opponent slide in to practice, and then you kind of just got to focus on getting to the gate as quickly as possible after you let the fire out.
Yep. True.
And I don't go for. I know some people go for a slide off the off Epona into the opening the gate. I just backflip off it, hop right back on, and run at it.
Let me think. Yeah, early game was okay. I was on an early game. Hugo was a jerk. Actually, it wasn't Hugo's fault. It was my fault. Like when that happens, when you jump attack early like that, it's like I hit like the up, like I hit up on my control stick like one frame before I hit back and hit A or whatever it is to do a backflip. So.
Oh, is that a jump? I thought you hit B. Just because of how like little Link jumped, I thought it was a B attack just by accident.
Yeah, it's a jump attack. Yeah, I was trying to backflip a game, but I accidentally was a little too fast for myself there. A little too fast with the game, but that's all right. EMS was nice. I'm glad I got that first try. It always makes me happy. That trick is a cursed trick for me, so I'm happy I got it first try.
Yeah, Keaton's did not have fun with either one of those tricks either.
He was on the call with me. I was just like, he's struggling.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because we kept like when I exited Arbiters, he entered Arbiters, and when I left City, like, when I left City, he like started City pretty much around that same time. So that was pretty cool.
And he is just finishing up Zant as we speak. He'll be on his way to do Castle as well. And again, for anyone wondering the differences, I believe Keaton still has some bombs, so you will get to see where it saves time at Hyrule Castle that Chris can't save.
Yeah. I was happy I got the Bokoblin ball and chain strat. Actually, that made me feel really good. That's actually pretty difficult to get. Actually, just position yourself well.
Yeah, that one's hard. The hardest one to do is the quickest strat you can do for Denalfos that Simi gets in his. I don't think he got it in his recent PB. He got it in his 3-hour 30-second, but like, that one is so hard. You have to spin attack and then perfectly time front stabs into a 2-chain.
Okay. Interesting.
But that was what you did in that room was still really clean there. You got no blocks. I think you just had 7 straight slashes and they died.
Yeah, when you're like look away from the Dinalphos and slash your swords, they just don't block. So and then as soon as you slash them, that one time you can like just walk towards them and slash again perfectly. Then you do slashes 7 times and then a spin attack to kill them both.
When is D3 racing Marco? That is up to the two of them. Runners decide when they race each other.
Yeah.
Oh, summoning the mailman, Keaton the hero. He's doing it for us.
He did it, yeah.
Yeah.
This makes me happy.
We thought you didn't get ending blow there for a second.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard that.
I was listening to the commentary. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, so because I timed it out. I think JD does it the same way. I do map warping the way Adam does because I timed it out pretty much getting frame perfect inputs. On average, the way if you zoom in first, hit portals, and then zoom out,
Yeah.
it's about like 0.25 to 0.3 seconds quicker, just because you have more control over aiming with the stick because you're zoomed out further. And you only see the wolf when you zoom all the way in. So when we both saw the wolf, I didn't realize that you had to zoom all the way in because of the way you do it. And I was like, oh, okay.
I knew I got it because I lost time on Enter AG.
Yeah, that was the only
Yeah.
reason I was tripped out. I was like, wait, did he? Wait, what? I was like, because I never see the gold wolf when I warp back to Hyrule, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
why is it on the map still? Does Wolfdash have a final day? Yeah, like JD said. Usually, I think last year it finished in May, right, or June, and it started in January, February.
I don't really remember actually.
Yeah, I think Nimzo raced Audi in May or June, if I recall, and that was the finale. So we're moving along pretty good this year. It's probably going to be the same time frame. It's looking like we've already got the winners semi set up. Actually, wait, no, we have to wait for Audi and Simi to race still, and they go on to play our world record holder Nimzo, and Audi is last year's winner. So.
Oh shit! I keep forgetting, man. Nimzo. I keep forgetting, dude.
Yeah, Nimzo. Audi had I think he got the world record after Wolfdash last year, but won. Nimzo. He beat Nimzo by, I believe it was 5 seconds with German version though, and Nimzo was on English. And now Nimzo this year has the world record, and he's got German version. So if Audi beats Simi, we get the grudge, the rivalry rematch right there.
Yeah, grudge match, right?
Yeah, the grudge match where Nimzo's looking to get revenge and Audie's just looking to prove he's still got it, even though we all know he does.
Well, speaking of interesting matches, during the match I thought about something interesting. Since in this tournament there are a couple of players from other Zelda games as well. Has there been a matchup where two players in this tournament matched up that are both known more for like another game? For example, like Marker's more known for OT Randomizer. Has there been like a matchup like that in the tournament yet?
Let me check. The other big runner we have from another game is kmkeaton, is a world record contender in Skyward Sword. And he did participate in this tournament.
Kit went against Keaton's and Keaton's won.
Bailey is also Bailey I think started in TP, but I think he's more known in SS now, and he raced Fino right off the start. I don't think we've had a matchup like that yet. Most of the people I'm looking at are more known for TP. Yeah, it's really just Marco, kmkeaton, and Bailey, I'd say, that are more known for other Zelda games, and they haven't had to race each other yet.
Would have been interesting to have two top-level OTR players in a TP tournament, just have them face each other.
That'd be sick.
Hey, can we just play OTR? No, I'm joking.
They both
But yeah,
pull
Marco's
surprise on us and open up OTR.
Marco is pretty well known in TP now, though. He's got a really good time.
He's got a 55.
Yeah, I think he was on a world record pace run for his 255. I think he lost it towards the end, but I know he was apparently ahead of Audi halfway through City. But I think he lost it in Palace. That was the mark that was hard for people to beat for the 9 months there that Audi had record. His Palace is probably the best Palace anyone's ever had in a late game. Like, it was just crazy what he did there. Nimzo's Palace was actually roughly, I think, 20 seconds slower, but it was just Nimzo's known for his early game, and he just built himself such a lead in the early game that he could afford to lose time there and still be ahead.
Well, I guess now is the question whether or not we ride over to Keaton or we, We keep talking. How much is Keaton?
Well,
left
Keaton
after
is
this
pretty
point?
close.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
like
we're not too far.
10 minutes, maybe 10, 15-ish, give or take.
If you're comfortable with that, we can let Keaton finish out on restream. I don't have a problem with that, as long as the commentators want to sit here for another 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm down.
Keaton wanted
it's fine.
an interview as well, so I want to
All right. Well,
have his time as well.
you'll get a little bit of a bonus extra content. We'll get to watch Ganon now again.
And we get to see bomb strats. There's still more to learn. He's gonna kill the
Yes.
Denalphos in a cool way that we haven't gotten to see yet. So
Yep.
And maybe we'll see Darknut skip.
maybe, just maybe, he's actually on another file we didn't know that has the jump attack on it already, so he can just do it.
If you really need something to talk about, I can talk about how I accidentally leaked an email.
Oh no.
Oh
it's
yeah,
fun.
you were talking about that in the
You want me to
chat,
talk
right?
about
What
that?
happened?
So I run a bot for a marathon called No Glitches Allowed, and we recently started asking for emails in a submission form for, official communication, all of that. And I had a script running that generated form edit URLs, so even if somebody lost their edit URL, they could still pull it with the submission bot. I assume that when you call form.getResponses from Google AppSheet, that would be sorted. It was not.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so somebody got an edit URL for someone else which contained their email. So I got to send a GDPR breach notice to someone. That's fun.
Oof.
Yep.
By the way, sorry, at first I was laughing at his Dark Knight fight there. They were kind of just, it was like block, hit, block, and they were just, he kind of went in a chain there for about solid 5 strikes in a row. I was not laughing at the initial context of it, just to make that clear. So that didn't seem like, oh, I sent this email and then I just started laughing. But that was very interesting. The Dark Knight and him, they kind of just were slugging it out there for a little bit. That MVP Dark Knight, yo, his shield game was on point. But yeah, so this is as we can see right here, this is as an example of where items, yes, they serve a purpose, but they can be used in other places. That room took Chris probably an extra 10 seconds, even with him doing it really, really well.
It's true. You can just blow them up. There are a couple ways you can do that. Sometimes runners just take the bomb out and throw it into the middle of where the Dynaphos are standing, and it just blows them up. But the boomerang is slightly faster.
Is it actually? Because I always, if you pull the bomb right when the cutscene ends, what's the time difference? Because Keaton told me that, and I could not believe it. Because I thought when you pull it out of the cutscene, it was quicker. It's so close in comparison.
It's really close. It can honestly come down to what you find more consistent, but boomerang is pretty consistent.
Yeah, boomerang's just getting the angle down, and you're gonna hit it every time. But the cutscene one is fairly consistent as long as your timing is good.
Ian on his way to the D&D crew, as I like to call them.
Or we only know Aru, and everyone else
Yeah.
we don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
The D&D crew, I love it. I see.
Yeah.
They're just like yelling to Link from down there. Hey, you're gonna play D&D with us?
And we get the beautiful the end screen on Chris's stream.
Yes.
The official point where you stop recording.
Yep.
Or if you're me, you're scuffed and just cut it off right after midnight.
Or cut it off right after the ending blow.
Yeah.
If you timed a reset to go off right as you stab Ganondorf, is that run legal? Like, let's be real here.
Pretty sure. Maybe.
What if the game resets the frame before the stab? We're talking here.
Then
Frame
no.
Then no.
Ah,
Has to hit the. Yeah, it has to hit the stab or whatever.
Also, generally speaking, does Twilight Princess have the longest credits of any Zelda game? Because they're still going.
It's like 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty long. TPHD actually has another set of credits.
Well, the credits are over now, but yeah, they're kind of long. I don't know about the longest.
I know that TPHD has even more credits than SD, so...
No way.
Yeah, it
This-
does, the second part.
Got to include Tantalus Crew in there as well.
Yeah.
yeah. This game has a lot to it. It's pretty obvious looking at this game that this was them trying to remake Ocarina of Time in every way. Like the layout of the game and just everything you can do. Like, you 3 dungeons, pull the sword, 5 dungeons, fight Ganondorf. So...
This time around there was a snow dungeon.
Indeed. Oh no, both of you did it!
No way.
The Dark Knight
Oh,
had it drop
no.
both times.
Oh my god.
This man is making a hard-earned living right now.
Dude, this guy is like rich and money right now. Like Ganondorf paid him high bucks for that, and he's actually doing
He's
his
probably
job.
gonna get a raise.
Yeah, man, he
Yeah,
is.
God damn, bro. Oh,
Maybe
he's
even a
getting the
bonus.
damage in. Whew.
Oh, he's getting damage in, dude. He's gonna get that Christmas bonus. Oh,
Oh, there goes the armor. Link's just too strong.
It's gonna be invited to the company party.
On the bright side for Keaton here, this is probably still back-to-back race PBs for race, so...
What's his PB right now?
His PB is a 318, but I think he got a 332 in the last race. He should beat that here. So...
Dude, my Zelda was so bad. I got like 2 Triforces in the beginning, and then I got a dash. And then on the fourth attack, she finally gave me an orb. I was like,
yeah, was that an
thank
11
you.
cycle? Because I
think
started
so,
counting when the
yeah.
first orb went off, and I think you had about 8 or 9 from there, so...
That is a pretty poppin' amount of slow.
Mm-hmm.
You should have gone for a world record at that point.
Honestly,
16.
man.
I mean, you can if you just don't ever hit her.
That is true.
It would be an infinite number of times.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to bring the pots to the set. Yep, as I say it, he thinks it. Yep.
He's doing it.
He's doing the ritual.
Exactly.
The RNG ritual.
See, he placed the pot and even summoned a big triangle on the floor. Tell me this is not a ritual. Gotta do the thing at the corner where you can like jump off the ledge repeatedly.
Oh, how do you just like jump slash that or what?
So basically you just climb up, like Link will step up with his foot, and then
Yeah.
you just keep on holding A
Oh, what's
while,
that?
while holding left.
Nice.
It's great. Triforce attacks don't hit him either while he's doing it. Because he's in the air.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, he's almost made the triangle. He's got this.
Oh.
Let's go.
Summoning Beast Ganon skip.
He got it.
Let's go, dude.
Oh, he's not gonna break all the pots though, Sag.
He should have sat there and actually just done a tennis smash at Zelda.
Probably.
I probably would have.
Would have been fun.
1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Nice, nice. Oh, jeez, that scared the crap out of me.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Bless you, though.
Oh, thank you.
Getting that leg reduction in.
You know it.
And he got the combo, so now we just gotta go to Link. He's getting the
Very good.
lantern out.
He's
Oh, let's
preparing.
go.
He's gonna be ready.
Bearing, yeah. He's ready.
He's just, look at this efficient equips. He's getting it ready before Ganon. Oh no!
Wait, what happened?
Oh,
He pressed
hit the
A.
button
Mm-hmm.
instead of B.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. That'll do it.
I would have just tapped A there. I think he gets it still.
Yeah, you would.
I'm watching the title screen animation on Chris's screen right now, and I'm just like, haven't even seen that room in Lake Bed in like years. Where like just claw shots in it. I'm like,
I
where is
see
that
that.
again?
Just run 200%.
Or just
True.
run HD Hundo and get stamps, man. You go to that room.
True. You also go to the graveyard room in Hyrule Castle.
Yep.
Do a sick LJA across owl statues.
Mm-hmm. There's a way to skip the owl statues, and it's dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. 200%'s got that strat. Not the dumb one, but
Oh, okay.
just the normal one.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, didn't mean to scare you there.
That was what I had to say, man.
Ah,
That was a barely
Zelda
miss.
is not aiming well for him, unfortunately. There he goes. He
Rip.
got it. And now we are on to Dark Lord.
Yeah, that didn't take too long.
I don't remember the last time I saw Goron Mines. Watch all dungeons runs. Demon's doing them right now.
Yeah, and also watch Hundo.
And
Horror
Hondo,
Mines is
yeah.
a really cool dungeon in runs.
Yeah, GM is sick.
Ike's doing Hundo. Demon's doing all dungeons. Glubber, I believe, is also doing Hundo, right? So,
Yeah, I'll do Hundo as soon as I get sub 3 in
Yep.
HD. So yeah, there's a lot of GM around.
there's GM where you look for GM.
Exactly.
GMRTA, yep.
There you go.
Missed one quick spin, but it recovered quickly.
Pull out the lantern, and
nice,
boom.
very nice. GG.
332.16, it looks like.
330, yeah, 332.
GG's Keaton.
My goodness. This run was the worst one I've done ever.
So Keatons.
Hey,
it
you
was
did good, man.
It was PB over your last race run. I'm pretty sure you had a 330, high 32, right? So
Dude, was it? Like,
I'm pretty sure you had a high 32 in your last race, so you beat that.
Dude, like, I don't think there was a single split that went good other than AG. And then the Lineru. That was good. Everything else, I rather got bashed down by something that was RNG, or I just choked. And I was like, alright, it feels bad, man.
Yeah, Hugo and Master Sword weren't really nice to you at the start.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like, Hugo's my fault. Actually, what ended up happening, I had a good lineup. I dropped the input. I dropped the A input on that. And so I think I did it like a frame early or something like that. And so the A input didn't go. And then I hit it an extra one late, trying to back it up. And you can't do that. You just fail if you do that. EMS, I choked the first one. I should have had it. The other two I think were just bad, and then I just had one heart, and once you have one heart, you just have to keep going for swings. Like, you can't just not do it. You don't have HP to actually like wait out bad swings.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of anything that went good. My AG was solid. If anyone saw that, the AG was actually really good in movement. I golded it by a minute 50.
Nice.
Yeah, your AG was really clean. Your rupee roll, I noticed your targets weren't friendly to you there.
Oh my goodness, yeah. No,
Yeah.
like, time I did it, I don't even know, like, it said I could target. Like, when it said I could target, I tried targeting, it didn't go. And I was like, okay. I was confused by that, because I was, like, ESSing down, saw the target, and spammed my R to try and get it right, and then I just didn't target, and I threw a boomerang, and I was like, alright, this is dead. My pillar clip was aight, but I never mess up pillar clip that often.
Yeah, you
I
guys
like
both had a good pillar clip.
I got like an insta clip. It was crazy.
Chris had a really good early game, like, other than his, like, some of the really
Hugo.
early things, like, yeah, other than Hugo, Chris had, like, a nutty early game. Save my golds. Let me see what my SOB is now. Oh, I'm not even under 310. That's so sad. That's mainly because of, like, I think City, HC, and then, like, a lot of early game.
Still, you race PB'd. You've only been doing your runs for a few weeks now, right? So your time's still really good.
This is my 6th run. I mean, yesterday's run is a LMAO. That run existed.
Yeah,
It's
like
not bad, dude.
318 on
Yeah.
6 runs, like that's good, dude. So,
It's
I
a bit.
remember
It's
at a time where, like 5 years ago, probably longer than that, I don't know, I struggled to get a sub 340 for like the longest time. I probably wasn't doing runs very much, but I still really wanted sub 340 and I just couldn't get it.
I'm just like, I don't know. For me, it's like I'm trying to think of like there were a lot of places where I should have just played better. Like there was a lot, like this run definitely, like there was a lot of places where I just got beaten down to the game. Like the Keese in City, actually Keese this game, I got knocked so much around by Keese. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
That Keese in City literally perfect timed it. His hit knocked me under as I did the A press for the LJA, so I insta dropped, and I was like, I'm baffled. That's not even the worst. You should have seen when me and Chris were practicing. I don't know if he told you. You know how we go for that, the big fan skip, right?
yeah.
Basically, I was lining it up. I transform into Wolf. I'm lining it up. I'm just nudging in to get it, right? And then Oko flies over and pushes me into the fan trigger.
Oh, really? And when you're practicing?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
hilarious.
Yeah, if that happened during a run, that would have been unfortunate.
Crosser, you're just spelling out my next run, buddy. You're just spelling out my next run. I almost lost a bow this run. I had a 45 goats this run. I'm trying to think. I just played a lot of segments bad, which is alright.
Well, it might be the end of you running, but I know it's not the last anyone's going to see of you in the tournament, because you're definitely going to be commentating.
I thought you meant like runs overall. No, I'm not dropping TP yet, Crosser. This is a little early.
No. I just meant in the tournament. I know you're going to be. I know you're still going to be commentating. So.
Yeah, I have commentary tomorrow actually with Beast for Zach versus Bruggles, which should be a fun run to go watch.
Yeah, that's going to be hype. Is Audie Simi scheduled yet?
No clue.
I don't think so.
Alrighty.
Yo, did you see that triple hit on Boss Bug, by the way? I had some weird things happen this round that I didn't know could happen. Like, you can double hit Phantom Zant on a 1-spin attack. I didn't know that could happen. I hit the Boss Bug 3 times in a regrab. Did anyone catch that?
I think we were watching Chris at that time. The weird thing I know you had that made both of us go what was when you were doing rupee roll, the rupee just fell through the fence.
Yeah.
You got the jump and it just fell. And
Yeah.
we were like, huh? So
That sometimes happens with the backup. You can try and do stuff to make it better, but it just sometimes you
Yeah.
just kind of get a bad roll there.
that was just really weird. I was
No,
like, I've never seen that.
The weirdest thing I've never seen is I hit. So basically, you know how like for Boss Bug, right? When we're going for its quick cycles, you backflip and then you attack, right? And then you attack again, right?
Yeah.
That's how you get it. I backflipped, attacked, and then I attacked again to get it.
Huh. Strange.
And I've never seen it actually. I've never seen it work like that, which
You
was a
also
little
had
bit crazy.
You also had a quick spin double hit Zant, which I know
Yeah,
you
that
said in
was
the
also
chat.
cool.
You were like, wait, what? That can happen?
Chris said it can. I didn't know.
Yeah, I've had it happen to me before.
technically, isn't that a faster way to take down Xanthan? Like,
Yeah. Probably by like a couple frames, maybe.
yeah, because then you can immediately go into the third. Like like in that rotation, even though it didn't kill him, like that would have been super optimal. I got a double hit into a final frame. What's it called? The clockwise spin. Me and Chris both. Okay. Also, Chris cheated me, and one thing, he didn't go on a spiritual journey.
Did
And that was
yeah?
sad.
How did you not go on a spiritual journey?
I'm
I was-
sorry.
Tisk, no spiritual journey. Oh my gosh. You
Well,
left
we
your
did
boy
that.
Yeto hanging, bro.
I
Like,
had. I don't know, man.
bro,
I gotta
all
go
I'm
fast.
saying, no one has any but that's not an excuse anymore. Nimzo went on a spiritual journey. He had a 4-bomb. He said hi to the mailman.
Wait, did he actually go on a
reset some
spiritual journey
shadow
as well?
beams. Yes! Like,
Oh,
Nimzo
dude.
literally did all
Dude.
of that, and he's still world recorded. So, like, you can go afford to go on a
I
spiritual journey.
don't want him to break it just because there's a spiritual journey in there. I think that's the best part of it.
Bro, if he had iron boots on when he stabbed Ganon, that's like the biggest flex in a run I've ever seen in my entire life. He
Dude,
did
did you
all
have-
of that and still has world record. Like,
The
what?
spiritual journey was the reason he got world record.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
baby.
honestly, that makes sense.
Speaking truth, dude. You know that AG goal that I got. That was because I won a spiritual journey. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Ah.
Exactly.
Good old Yeto, dude.
Talk about a community full of memers.
I
Oh
know.
my, yeah, that's like our whole
Great
run.
though.
Oh, did you guys also? Oh my goodness, I had fire. So you know the bug behind fire, his house.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just wasn't there for a long time. I don't know where he was. He was cruising in the middle of Lake Hylia, just chilling.
Wait,
I
yo,
was like,
you've already been saying it. He's on a spiritual journey, bro. Like, I don't know what more we need to say.
the bug was on a spiritual journey.
Oh my god, dude, too funny.
Sorry for taking a bit of time to wrap up my run. Like,
It's all good, it's
good,
all
man.
good. At this point, we should probably be wrapping up, though. It's
Yeah.
been a long stream, but yeah, thank you for pulling through. Yeah, thank you for showing us both perspectives here. Usually, you know, when there's such a lead, we just end up rating the other runner, but, you know, the commentators were fine with just staying here until, you know, you finish Keaton, so that's why we're here.
Because we
Absolutely, dude.
love
they're my
Keatons.
buds.
They're my buds,
I
yeah.
talk to Crosser on the daily. I talk to Chris on the daily. I sometimes talk to JD on the daily. He's just he's a fish.
Keatons is one of my Twitch mods, and I was like, do I really have to go against one of my mods? Like, come on, man. That seems
Gotta
brutal.
unmod first.
He's also the one.
Loser gets banned from the other channel.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
goodness.
Alright. Well, I think we're good to wrap up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
We're all good.
All right, just before we head out, I just want to quickly say we are going to be sending you over to the finishing up of the A Link to the Past NMG match that's going on right now in ZSA 3. That's Master Omelette versus Chelsea Lynn. So if you want to watch the end of that race, then do join the raid. We'll be sending all over to that. Aside from that, tomorrow we've got a bunch of awesome matches. We got another Wolfdash 3 match. We got tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Or midnight UTC, midnight Central European Summertime. It's at 11 p.m. UTC tomorrow.
Do you know what channel it's gonna be on?
That match will be on main ZSR as well. It will be Zachlink 99 versus Burgles on main ZSR.
Ooh.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Winners bracket round 4. Should be an awesome match. Aside from that, we've also got 2 OT Season 4 tournament matches. We've got Cockstar versus MC Monkey and Fanta versus Pink Kitty Rose. No, sorry, someone Free to 5 versus Negasas, not versus not Cockstar. Cockstar was was in A Link to the Past NMG tournament match. I misread the line there. But aside from that, if you want to see all the matches, you can always type !schedule in the chat where we review the full ZeldaSpeedRuns schedule. And aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much it for the schedule tomorrow. And aside from that, I don't think there's any other TP matches scheduled for right now. Let me double check. Oh, it doesn't appear to be. It appears to be only scheduled TP tournament match for now. Yeah, I think that's it from us. Do you have any final words you want to say before we head over to the raid here?
Go on spiritual journeys. They're good for you.
Yes.
Go on spiritual journeys with 69 rubies. That's actually where you go on the truest journey.
There we go.
Guaranteed gold right there. That's why Jim
It
did it for the
was.
test.
that's it. That is it right there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, folks. Catch you next time.
Bye bye.
See ya.
See ya.